shit. Oh my gosh, that was so epic. I think that's it. There he is. You guys ready? Let's pull it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Hey! And JB's on there! 600! 600! Yes! Yay! 600 mile time. That would be just. So here we are, back with the real Supercharger. Okay, we are on the test track.
They'd recommend putting your head on the headrest.
Okay.
There he's ready.
Nope. Yep. Oh. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Oh, that never gets old either. We have the post-study production cars here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, oh yeah, you watch it.
But why is he gonna throw it?
I don't know, but we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
He just used a sledgehammer. What?
Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
I'm Eric, otherwise known as Derek, here in Shanghai at Gigafactory 3.
Ballapalooza. It's like tricks.
3, 2, 1.
Will it wipe is the big question of the day.
Will it wipe?
Generic cornflakes.
Whoa! It's raining cornflakes! Oh. This is trippy. Look, there's nothing here.
Hello once again, this is David and Eric, and together we're Derek, and we are here once again with our discussion about what's new in the world of Tesla, and we'll also be answering whatever questions you might have after we go over the Tesla news.
I don't know, for some reason that camera just like keeps like out zooming. I don't know what's going on. Welcome everybody. Hope everyone has a good week.
We are here live once again. This is not pre-recorded.
Yeah, I don't know how we're out of focus. This is great.
Okay, anyways, we got to figure that out one of these days. My forehead's gotten some glare too. But anyways, we got lots of news because we missed you last week, but it was a holiday weekend, so we figured everyone was kind of busy anyways. So we have a lot of news to go over this week.
So much. First and foremost, thank you all for the love on the garage video. It was a lot of fun to make. I'm super, super excited with the way it has come out. And Maybe, okay, is Diego here?
Yeah,
Okay, Diego's here. So there's another thing that we added to the garage today.
Oh, yes.
And I'll show you guys that soon after the news section. I think you will really like it. It's kind of fun.
And for those of you who haven't seen the video, Eric put it up earlier this week, and it just shows all the new lighting and all the changes we've done in the garage over the last couple of months. It's been a long, like 3 months or whatever, but we're approaching completion in the garage.
We are so close to being 110% done. It's just, some finishing touches. Some things going on.
Also to show the love, we wanted to thank our referrals. We had a few referrals over the last couple of weeks. We had Raymond, Blake, and Annette, who have all purchased new Teslas and are awaiting delivery. So congratulations on that, and thanks for using our referral code.
Definitely. So first thing we want to kind of talk about, and we'll take questions after we're done with some Tesla news. There is a potential Tesla-Toyota collaboration going on, and this is, I guess, maybe an extension or like a renewal of the RAV4 collaboration
similar
that used
to that.
To go on.
Many years ago, Tesla helped out and they created like drive motors for the EV version of the RAV4. There were very few made. I think it was only 1,500 or 2,500.
Yeah.
I think they were only available in California. Since then, they've made it to a few other states, but it was a very limited partnership that they had back then, many years ago. But anyways, there has been news last week saying Tesla might be teaming up with Toyota again, and it might be a lot bigger partnership this time.
Yeah, so I mean, the biggest thing is I don't know if they're gonna actually provide batteries to Toyota because it seems like they're very cell constrained even as is. So I don't know if this is gonna be a battery thing or is it gonna be a larger battery or
it could just
powertrain.
Be like motors and also it could be autopilot software, everything like that. So but the thing is, we heard some rumors of this beginning of last week, and it was coming out of like South Korea. Haven't heard much news since then, so it could be true. But we haven't heard it picked up by any other news sources yet. So hopefully we'll be hearing more on news on that, because that could be big news. Because if they're going to be if they're joining with Toyota, I doubt it's going to be a compliance car with only a couple hundred or a couple thousand cars this time. I think it's going to be something big if this really happens.
Yeah, I think
Toyota on their own hasn't done much for long range EVs. They're still, selling a lot of gas cars.
Yeah,
I mean, they do have
really, really good.
They do have the Prius and a few other things, but I mean, they're not expanding out with all the models they're going to need.
Could this potentially be a collaboration that maybe the Tesla Model 2, maybe Toyota builds part of it and Tesla builds part of it, and they together? Maybe.
We don't
I guess
have
time will
yet.
tell.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to know that Tesla is branching out a bit more. They have always said their patents are open. If you want to work with them and everything. So it is great to see another collaboration. And speaking about some new cars potentially, a lot of people have been waiting for this to buy a new car. And the potential $10,000 tax credit in the U.S.
Yeah, and we've been talking about this for a couple months.
Yeah.
Basically, there was rumors of $7,000 tax credit, then a $7,500 tax credit, and now it's up to a potential $10,000 tax credit. But basically, the various parts of the Congress are trying to work together to come up with a plan. And there's there's at least 3 different plans that have been proposed so far this year. None of them have been signed into law yet. But the most recent one is a potential tax credit of up to $10,000. But not everybody would get that $10,000. Basically, there's a formula, and part of it would be based upon the car and the size of the battery. Another part would be like the income of the buyer. Another part would be if it was an American-made car, and even another part was if it was built by a company that was had unions or something like that. So there's all kinds of different possibilities and combinations of what that could be, but it'd be potentially a good tax credit. I doubt we'd get the whole $10,000 if we were to buy a car, but definitely something to look forward. Unfortunately, hasn't been signed yet, so if you are waiting for something like that and you must have it, then you're going to have to wait until that actually becomes law, because there's no word yet on if it will be retroactive at the beginning of the year or if it will go into effect once the law is signed. And we've seen some wording on these potential laws, current bills, proposals, I should say, that it might start the day it's signed, which means that it wouldn't be retroactive. But we're hoping that it would be retroactive back through all of 2021.
Yeah, fingers crossed for that. I think it'd be weird if they only made it retroactive after a certain date. It would just be very confusing for accountants, people doing their own taxes. It'd kind of be a mess. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they just make it for all of 2021.
But and kind of along the line of the tax credit, we've seen something interesting over the past few weeks with Tesla, is that they've added they've increased the price multiple times on certain models over the past few weeks, and they're inching it up like $500 at a time, and they've done this a couple times since over the last couple months. And you know, they're not being obvious. They're not raising the price by $5,000 or $7,000 or whatever. They did increase the prices we saw of the new S and X, but that was supposedly because, you know, there's all kinds of new technology coming out on those. But we'll talk about those in a moment. But another price increase.
Yeah, so it looks like here's kind of like a breakdown. Model 3 standard range, $500 increase. Long range performance, $500 increase. Performance, $1,000 increase. Model Y long range non-performance, $500, and the performance Model Y did not change, neither did S or X. So we definitely see Tesla raising these prices a little bit at a time. It's been $500 here, $500 here, $500 here. But are they doing this kind of in preparation of a tax credit coming?
That's what I think. They're trying to soften the blow. Because
exactly.
If they were to raise it by several thousand or something, people are going to really complain. The way they're doing it now, it's still kind of, you know, whatever, behind the scenes, but people know. It's like, it's obvious that they're raising the price. But hopefully, you know, the new tax credit will come out soon and kind of soften the blow of that a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. So it is interesting, though, because nobody likes price increases. They only like price decreases. So It is kind of funny how that works out. And then another thing, it just kind of popped up, I don't know, what was it, Thursday that you mentioned?
Towards the end of the week, yeah, last week.
Now Model 3s built in North America, I actually have this here, are going to be built and shipped with the new door panels. And if you don't know what the new door panels are, we're going to show you that real quick. So on Tesla's site, just kind of go to order now. And it's not on Y yet, but we first saw this in Tesla China. And you can see right here, they now have this wood piece that extends to the door panel if you do the wood trim or the black interior. And if you do the white interior, you get that white on there. So, I mean, personally, I'm
not a fan.
I'm not a big fan of this. Yeah. I kind of like the simplistic design of before.
Yeah. And also, you know, sometimes that white can be kind of bright, especially if they're like a dark tint. And so now they're adding it in even more places. People, you can put a wrap over it or you can get a cover that covers it up, but now there's going to be even more work to block out the white or whatever.
Yeah. Daryl, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Said boiling frog, it seems. I don't understand that.
Oh, there's probably
Am I missing something?
Okay, yeah. When you put a frog in like boiling water, just slowly, he doesn't notice the temperature going
right.
up.
Okay.
So, yeah, very good analogy there.
Yeah. Okay. Got it now. It's been a long day. I actually just got home from work, so here we are.
But also along the line, so we mentioned the new door panels, but also it's shown up on the Tesla Canada website. Is now they have a 150 kilometer range or 93 mile range that is now available for direct order. Previously, that standard range Model 3 was available like off menu. You had to call or contact somebody to order it, but now they put it directly on their website, and they have that cheap version available because it comes in at less than like the $45,000 price limit, which is required in order to get like the $5,000 tax incentive. And well, it's amazing that they can, lower the price. It's a software locked battery, so you can unlock it later. That's a really short range. And Elon, in the past said that they would never have a car with like less than 240 mile range. So it's very surprising they're coming out with a car with only 93 miles. And, there's other EVs out there that have more range or similar range to that cost a lot less. So I mean, the one benefit I guess of this is it does allow people who are interested in Tesla to get one, and then they can software unlock it at a later date. But there are requirements or other rules on that law that it can't be above like 55,000 with the options. So remains to be seen, but some people are actually taking advantage of it. And again, it's just more options allowing people to get in at a lower price point.
Exactly. And the nice thing is it is just software locked. So in the future, they should be able to pay to have that unlocked, and that way they can still get that incentive. Because it is kind of a bummer that Tesla is doing so much and having like such a great range and everything, but they're kind of being penalized for their price a little bit.
We've seen this in like, I think Washington State has some tax incentives had cut off at certain price limits, and even in Germany and other countries where, the incentives are only offered on cheaper cars. And while that's definitely, it helps people who can't afford more expensive cars, it kind of penalizes people who do want to buy those more expensive cars. It seems to me they should have a percentage, like maybe you would get the tax, the incentive off of the first 45,000, and then maybe that's it, if it's not percentage based anyways, it could be a set amount. But anyways,
kind of a bummer.
yeah.
So next up, found some interesting things out about Tesla insurance and what they will be using. Let me open this. Sorry. Delayed. Oh, that is not the right link.
Yeah, but basically there was some news about Tesla insurance and basically what all they're tracking.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because, some other insurance companies have a little thing you can plug in to the OBD2 port. And it tracks, how fast you're accelerating, how fast you're braking, stuff like that. Well, Tesla can track that and way more, like how many times you turn on autopilot and...
And we actually, recently we switched insurance, or we renewed, and we were offered a different insurance company through our agent if we would allow them to track our Teslas for like a month or whatever. And we were like, don't really want that, because we've actually even had people we know that they allow their insurance to do that, and it came up with like 5 hard breaks during a drive. And
I think my mom actually said that.
Yeah, that was your mom. It was your mom.
And
she couldn't remember when she hard braked at all or anything, but it's like, it just grabs a snapshot of a hard brake, but it doesn't tell you it was a hard brake because someone veered in front of you perhaps, and you were being a proactive driver and not hit them. You were paying attention. So it's just like that snapshot. I don't know. It kind of throws me for a loop.
Yeah. So anyway, it's not available for us yet right now, but can you read off or show them some of the criteria? Or
this is from Tristan or Rice Fry on Twitter. Definitely go check them out. But they said, got a sample of the Tesla insurance telemetry data. The insurance records are on a per drive basis, and so it will do your driver ID, your version, car firmware number, driver profile name, start time, end time, drive duration, start end odometer, number of autopilot strikeouts, number of forward collision warnings, lane departure warnings, ABS activations, time spent with only 1 second of car in front of you, time spent within 3 seconds of the car in front of you, acceleration variant, service mode, delivered. There's a lot, and they could technically get even more easily because they have access to everything. So, I mean, for some, this could be great, but I really think it depends on how Tesla is actually utilizing it.
Yeah, and I think, too, that if they're going to do something like that, it would be nice if the driver themselves got a copy of this report. So you can see how you're being tracked.
Exactly.
And you can see, and it can maybe show you, this is really bad, don't, try to reduce this, or this is what you're doing well. So it's kind of like you want to know how you're being graded.
Yeah. And Kevin just commented, I don't like that Tesla will know when I'm off my diet. Because there are weight sensors in those seats. So they can tell, there's so much information they could tell that I don't think people would necessarily want out there. That's why, this thread, I actually really appreciate everything that he was able to get, because this is why I don't do that with insurance companies. I have the race car Model 3.
Yeah, but not like we're bad drivers.
No.
Again, we don't know what all they're going to penalize you on.
Exactly. And I don't like the fact that your mom mentioned that she had 5 hard brakes. Couldn't remember any of them, but it's that hard brake could have been a car swerving in front of you and you stopped, or a kid or a dog.
Yeah, but also it's how do they know who's driving? If they're in, what if it's not you who's driving? And it's just so I mean, I guess that is your car and they're insuring your car, but if somebody else is driving, wouldn't their insurance cover it? I don't know.
Well, exactly. I mean, it did say here that it does go off the driver profile name, but I can drive with your profile.
Yeah.
You can easily do that. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
But also this kind of transitions into our next topic, which is the Tesla and the interior camera, which has been on the 3 and the Y since they've been released. And it should be coming out on the new refreshed S and X once those are released. But basically, there's a lot of data we've seen that's being captured from those cameras as well. They're able to see when you're looking forward, when you're looking at your phone, and it's all kinds of data is being tracked there.
Yeah,
potentially.
So here, Green the Only was commenting about it and even tagged Rice Fry, who was the gentleman who posted the other thing we just talked about. And it actually lists here, I mean, this is him with a photo that he did to kind of trick it. You can see, he held the photo up.
He taped a photo up, and it worked fine.
Yeah.
And then he moved it later on in the video.
What they're tracking is sunglasses on, eyes likely up, driver eyes nominal. I love the language and everything here. Looking right, looking down, phone use, driver head down, view of head, driver looking left, sunglasses, eyes likely down. So now they're able to pretty much pinpoint whether you're likely looking up or likely down with sunglasses on. Driver eyes closed, yikes. Driver eyes up, camera dark, camera blinded. And like this thread, another good thread, go check it out. And they did like all kinds of tests and everything. They even held up a picture of Elon while he was in the passenger seat, and it worked. It was pretty funny stuff. So definitely something I would read and be aware of. Now, I believe it still does ask a prompt to enable the interior camera. So
for privacy, yeah.
That is something. Another thing to think of, not just the insurance, but also the interior camera. I know this has come up recently in China about the interior camera being a potential issue per the Chinese government for any government employees. So other things to just keep in mind. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I have mine on.
I think we're all for better monitoring of the driver, and it's amazing to see what they're doing. But I just want it to be correct, and it's again, I want to know what I'm being graded on.
Exactly.
Because if it thinks I'm looking at my phone, but I just I'm looking at the screen or touching something else, or I'm looking at the center, the instrument cluster on the Model S, I don't want to be penalized.
And see, I guess that's the thing here. It doesn't actually say. Like, there's nothing like driver looking at screen. So would it just consider you looking at the phone?
Yeah, I don't know. Unless it sees a phone, we don't know the details yet. But it seems to know when people are using phones. Yeah,
it's kind of creepy, not gonna lie, but in a good way, because now at least Tesla doesn't need other devices to make sure you're paying attention. Hopefully for autopilot, this works. Like, maybe in the future you won't have to have your hands on the wheel if it senses you're looking straight ahead.
Yeah.
That would be really nice. But again, you saw he was able to trick it with just a photo that he just held up. So there are always going to be ways kind of around stuff. You just got to be careful. Next up, so there's a fun update thing that actually will show you what superchargers are out of order now.
It's not a huge one, and this is something we've seen in the past in the app where it would, or even when you were navigating to a supercharger, it would say that there's so many stalls available and that there's maybe some out of order. Well, now it looks like in the latest update for 2021.4.15, it actually shows the stall number, if the stall number is available, and it might tell you, I think you have the image there, it can show you. Oh, I thought I sent you a link, but Telegram. But basically, it just shows like stall 5B or something is out of order. So it's not that exciting, but it might be helpful. So if you're pulling in a supercharger, to not go to that location. But one thing that I pointed out or had a discussion is most of the V3 superchargers that I've been to, the stalls weren't numbered. Somebody gave me a tip that said it might be numbered near the charge cable up there.
But that's not easy to see.
Yeah, when you're driving, you're not able to see it. So
down here.
You can get out and be like, oh yeah, here's 5B is out of order right here. But you're already out of your car. Yeah. And so they need to have it visible. And it would be nice, a lot of people complain about it being at the bottom. It would be nice if it was up top or something like that. Or if it's out of order, I guess maybe the lights would be off.
Oh yeah,
or why don't they change the
lights
or make them flash or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. But again, if it's totally out of order, might not be able to do that.
Yeah.
So anyways, something new, only heard of it so far in 21.4.15. Seems like it'd be something that could be enabled. That's actually not in the firmware. This is in the firmware of the. No, that is the firmware of the car.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's like that's something they could turn on, not necessarily part of firmware, but only people who've reported so far had that .15 version.
Yeah, but here's actually what it looks like. It tells you this out of order is 5B, but again, like David said, if it's not numbered.
Yeah, or if it's not obviously numbered, if it's hidden on this and you got to get out of your car to see it, kind of limited use.
Exactly. But it is nice because, again, this is like a start of something that Tesla can just elaborate on for the future use.
Yeah.
Love it.
Also new, well, we don't know when this came out, but there's word of a new Easter egg, and I just confirmed it right before we started this.
Oh, boy.
Eric doesn't even know about this yet. Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, I am
Well, then tell us about this new Easter egg.
Is it the butthole one?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But there's also more to it than that. There's more to it than that.
Okay, why don't you tell them then?
Okay, so basically there's a new Easter egg that has been going around, people have been discussing, and basically if you push the button to record the microphone to give a voice command, if you say open butthole, it will open your charge port. And you can also say close butthole, and it will close the charge port. And being curious, I went ahead and tried, I used the more technical term, and I said open anus. And that works as well.
Oh my God.
I tried a few other words, they did not work, but at least a couple of these options do work. I don't know if that's something I would use regularly, but it might be something when you have a friend or a new person in the car to show them, hey, watch this. Nice
I would just do that just to see their reaction.
Yeah, and they're like, what?
What
So
did you just say?
it's interesting. So I'm sure there's all kinds of other Easter eggs out there that haven't been discovered yet, and I'm not sure that the boss, that runs the software development team knows about these, but they have been found and they're being used. So it remains to be seen how many other ones are out there, though.
The little things that team does are just like priceless, because this is like seriously, but it's funny. Like I can't wait to do it when like I have some coworkers in the car and see their reaction. God, that'll be great.
So speaking of charging, there's been Tesla is always building out the supercharging network. We mentioned a couple weeks ago how they added like another 10 or 12 that have permits up in Canada, so they're really expanding up there. They're continuing to open the U.S. and we see a couple are currently in production, or at least one's in production in Colorado, and there's some more that got their permits. But it's been seen in Beaver, Utah, that Tesla did something different we haven't really seen before, is that they're kind of delivering prefabricated superchargers. We've seen in the past where they will deliver on a pallet some like urban superchargers, and they'll set them up for temporary usage, but now it looks like they're actually delivering superchargers and cabinets on like a prefabricated like concrete pad, and they just go drop it off and plug in the cables and it's done. And basically they added a bunch of new superchargers down there in Beaver, Utah. We've been to this location
several times.
That was one where they used to only have 4, and a couple years ago it wasn't so bad. Then it started getting really busy, and that's actually the location too where Tesla had a problem a while back, where the owner of the gas station claimed they weren't getting paid, and they put bags over them and covered them up, and people couldn't charge there for like a day. But it was taken care of. There was a misunderstanding. But anyways, now they've added a bunch of new V3 superchargers, and at records pace, like a couple weeks. And so it'd be interesting to see if they start doing this going forward, because it might allow them to really build out the network that much faster.
And the great thing about Beaver, been there several times, and I have actually seen the owner around, and I think obviously he really enjoys the Teslas there, but being that he also owns the gas stations, which I believe it's a Dairy Queen that's also there, almost every time I'm there, I always see the people go in, and they're almost always in line at the Dairy Queen. So that's just that much business that's being brought in. I've seen people use the car wash station that's right next to it. So I can really see this station being a big one, because it does get a lot of traffic. And there have been some cases where there have been lines there, and it's nice to see all this being addressed, for sure.
And we've seen in Colorado that the Tesla teamed up with Come and Go, which is a chain of convenience stores, and they're building out a lot more. And while in the past Tesla used to build their supercharger stations themselves, a lot of the recent superchargers in Colorado have been at these Come and locations. And our friend Rexford just found a location up in Westminster. It's at a gas station we went to a couple weeks ago when we did our fish sandwich taste test, and we went around and was like, okay, this is where they're going to put it.
Clap and chat if you remember that one.
But basically we're like, okay, it's probably going to be this one, because we checked out both of the Come and Goes up in Westminster, and we're like, no, this is going to be it, because it's really close to the highway. And it turns out he found the permit for that, and looks like that will be coming soon. And again, there's a Come and Go down in Monument, Colorado. They're currently building that one, but it looks like the equipment's dropped off, and a new new whatever piece of machinery is there, so they can pick up the supercharger shells and start moving around.
Fun.
So we might be seeing that done here in the next week or so.
Nice. Absolutely love to see Tesla really expand all the superchargers. But I know there's been a lot of talk about Apple and their potential driverless car, and maybe even doing an EV to compete with Tesla. Now, this isn't about that, but it is Apple paying Tesla for their Megapack batteries, which is awesome to see Apple incorporate that. We know Apple has previously bought solar, but now Megapacks.
Yeah, I saw this. The thing is, it was dated April 1st, so I wasn't sure about that. But it was saying that Apple was going to be installing Megapacks there.
85 of them.
Yeah, and it was going to be bigger than that thing they have set up down in Australia, which is really helping to lower prices down there. But this was on April 1st. I don't know. I haven't searched around to see if it was on multiple other pages, but it was interesting. But definitely...
Well, it was April 1st.
Yeah.
Lol.
I mean, it could still be real news, but it's like you always got to be like, is this real? I don't know.
True. April 1st, always be sus of everything
So
you
keep
hear.
your eyes out for that and see if you can find any more information on that. But that would be cool. I could definitely see Apple is definitely, with their new campus and everything, and other tech companies are definitely trying to reduce their carbon footprint and offset it. and this would be again a way for them to have solar energy and then to store that in Tesla's batteries.
But it's also great for Apple. Not only they can have that listed as like something they're doing for the environment, but Apple has so much money. Like they can easily do this and they won't even feel it. So it is nice that a company like Apple would be doing something like this for sure.
And speaking of solar, we're going to give our solar update and wrap up the news, and we'll go right into questions and answers, anything you might have. But since we missed last week, I went ahead and did some graphs for the entire month of April. And basically, so far for April, we've had a really good month. For all but 2 days, we had a surplus of solar versus our consumption. And so far, we've had 1,195 kilowatt hours in April, and we've averaged about 108 kilowatt hours per day. So this is great because, back in December and stuff, it was way down at like 40. So now we're getting 2.5 times that. And the days are just getting longer and the better. So far, we've produced 1195 kilowatt hours, but we've only used 737, so we've actually offset 162% of our energy usage with our solar system. And for the year, I was going to say, we didn't have one at the last week, but for the month of March, we actually had a surplus for the month of March, but it was by 2 kilowatt hours. So we said that we would have a surplus, and we did. It was really close, but we expect to have a surplus through the rest of the year. So from March through probably October, but then what we produce in the summer will roll over and cover our bills in November and December, and possibly into the next year as well. So far for the year, we have 6,643 kilowatt hours used versus 6263 that we've produced. And so far we're at 94% offset for the year, but in the next, by June or so, I think we'll be passing 100%.
Hopefully even in May.
And again, we have a 20.5 kilowatts system, but we use a lot of energy because we are an all Tesla household. We have 4 Teslas in the garage, so we use a lot of energy. But we try to offset that. We put in as much solar as our electric company would allow.
Yeah.
And we're still loving it. And with our new transformer, we have not had any issues so far this year. This is something that we're going to have in a video, I think, next week about all those problems and just talk about our solar system since we installed it 2.5 years ago. But definitely pleased with our solar system so far this year. Yeah,
and for those of you that didn't know, unfortunately, our utility company limits the size of your system.
It's like that in a lot of parts. Yeah,
you can't just build as big of a system as you want. They limit you, which I think is kind of crappy because let me just pay to put it up there, but they don't want to continue paying people. So one thing we were able to do is after a year's worth on our system, we had increased usage, so we were able to add a second system onto it. So we actually have 2 systems, but it's
Tesla combined them. So they were they were combined. So we have like 4 inverters and we have 4 different arrays of solar panels.
Yep.
And we got like 63 solar panels on 4 different arrays on 4 different inverters.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good size system, and we have 4 power walls as well to charge up with those.
Definitely. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the news. So you may relax a little bit. And real quick, David, thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
Oh yeah, thanks.
I forgot the confetti on Daryl's. Sorry about that. But he said a Model Y 7-seater delivery pushed back a month. Was 4/15 to 5/2. Now it's 5/15 to 6/2. Interesting.
I heard some discussion. People were saying that maybe the Model Y production had ceased, temporarily. I haven't heard of that, but I have heard of some delays in production.
Wonder if it could be potential chip shortage.
And that's something we were going to talk about. The S and X refresh, still no news.
Nothing.
Still no deliveries. And we've been talking about these since December. Not since December. We ordered them in December. Yeah. We knew about them at the beginning or the end of January. Still no deliveries on that. So once we get into chat, we'll talk about those and maybe the same things that are holding up the S and X, or maybe delaying the Y as well.
Yeah, it is kind of a bummer for sure. And then also, Fred, your super chat has not shown up on Streamlabs yet. But huge thanks for the $5 super chat. There we go. Perfect
thanks, Fred.
First Supercharger station with a theater, screen movies while you charge in nice. A burger joint, 62V, 3 Superchargers in Santa Monica. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. Was it only 62? Because I thought I heard of 80. And so, unless they were counting the others, because there's another Supercharger.
Maybe it's an add-on.
On the other, but I thought it was going to be 80 new plus 18 or something like that, but maybe it's 62 plus the 18 that are already there. But that's going to be the large, for a couple of weeks at least, that will be the largest Supercharger location. But that's amazing how they keep building them that big. And that is at the Harris Ranch again?
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, okay.
Yeah, but again, next time I'm out in California, I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
It'll be a blast to check that out. Anyway, so I told you guys at the beginning I wanted to show you something added to the garage. Again, we're huge fans of the Cybertruck. We were actually at the event. We loved it. I'm getting somewhere with this, I promise.
And we actually we showed this product a while back.
Yeah. I think it was. Oh.
I don't know. It was a few months back, probably.
Several months, because we've had this sitting in a box
waiting for the
many
other
months.
garage changes to be completed.
Waiting for everything else. But anyway, we got it installed today and it works great. So we have for you the Cybertruck fan.
Yes, and technically, no, it's not a Cybertruck fan, but it has the same styling. It's like, silver,
it's got the same hard
angular.
edges.
Yeah. We thought Cybertruck looks all the way.
So don't judge me for the yellow wire, please. I have not painted it.
Finished things yet.
I will paint the wire, but that's what the fan looks like. Pretty happy with the way it came out. Maybe we'll add another one. I don't know. We'll see. But this is actually a fan from Modern Forms, sorry, called the Vortex. And so David found this a while back. And
it's like, that's like a Cybertruck.
This is the Cybertruck fan.
Or a stealth jet or something like that. But it's like...
It's great for the garage, too, because it's very, it's actually called automotive silver color.
And it might not fit in most living rooms, but for the garage, especially when there's going to be a Cybertruck parked underneath it, we thought when we saw that we have to get one. And it's a smart fan too, so you can, it has a Bluetooth remote, but you can also use their app. And we love our fans, but we got it working. It works great, and they're like DC motors,
silent,
totally silent.
I know, it's weird because now I'm excited about a fan, which seems stupid, but
and this is not sponsored in any way.
No.
We just saw that fan, we got it, and and we just love it. And if you're looking for something that looks like a Cybertruck, kind of.
But if anyone from Modern Forms is listening, hit us up because we just bought a bunch for all the other rooms in the house.
We have several Modern Forms fans around the house. It's nice. We can turn them all on and off remotely.
Anyway, it was just kind of fun. So you'll see that in some videos coming up. Probably not really worth a video in itself, but we will show everyone in the live stream.
Also, one more thing, I guess, before we end up the news, I guess this was kind of like a while back earlier in the month, but there was some hints that the Cybertruck production lines, they might be configuring them in Fremont in preparation of moving them to Austin. So getting things started up before they, get the employees working there, and then it sounds like they might be moving some of the higher level employees down to Austin, and then hiring the actual manufacturing employees there in Texas.
Yeah, we actually got that from Holmar's catalog or Holmar's blog, and they got a message saying, was just told by my neighbor who works at Tesla. Again, though, this is from a neighbor who works at Tesla.
From a friend of
Keep
a friend.
that in mind. His neighbor's going to move to Texas to work on the Cybertruck. Guess when they told him he needs to be there? June. Right now, they're doing a pilot production line and planning details here in Fremont on how the line will operate. Converting prototype to production line procedures for Cybertruck right now in Fremont. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to actually see a Cybertruck.
You might want to cover your ears.
Oh.
Woohoo! Thank you. So we have a thank you from, like I said, TM3 Texas. I guess he said you helped him with some solar issue. Do you remember what his problem was? But he basically sent it Supercharger for $19.99.
Yes. Did they reach out to you? I guess is the big question. Hopefully they did. But thank you so much for the
safety check. We always have the
our safety committee on deck.
Whenever there's loud noises, they like to check and make sure everybody's okay. So
yep, I'm good. Thank you.
We're good, thank you. So what was his solar problem? I forgot about that.
He said they have not reached out. Okay, I will send them another message.
Yeah.
I will send them another message because they should have reached out by now. So I will make sure to tell them to get on it so they can reach out to you.
Hopefully, they can.
But thank you for the $20 super chat. Now I feel bad because they haven't reached out yet, though.
Yeah. Safety committee.
Really do appreciate that. Digital confetti there. And then is Kit scared? Oh,
I don't know. Where's Scott go?
And then Pierre, thank you for the $5 super chat. Said Tesla advisor in Milwaukee showroom told me the Model S, X, and Y are delayed due to a major chip shortage.
Yeah, see, that's what we were talking about, a possibility there.
Interesting. Another possibility for sure, but I guess maybe the current FSD and everything already had been built, those computers. So maybe that's why we're not really seeing anything delayed for Model 3 and Y much.
Remains to be seen.
I don't know. I have so many questions about this. And then, John, thank you for a $10 super chat.
Woohoo! For those who don't know.
Oh my God, that hit the wall.
FYI.
FYI.
For those who don't know, we like to spice
blow
things
that
up a little bit during our live streams here. So thanks to John Check. We got to do
thank
another.
you, John, for the $10. Said a Hy-Vee grocery store in Sioux Falls, South Dakota has superchargers along the side of the wall right next to the liquor store. People constantly park in front of the superchargers. Here's the safety committee.
Yes, it's okay.
And going to the liquor store, big problem. Now, that's a pain. But I would supercharge while going into the liquor store, maybe. But yeah, that kind of sucks. Now, in Colorado, they actually passed a law, and they put up signs at superchargers that you can't park at them.
I haven't seen them at superchargers yet. I've seen them at the Electrify America ones. And at charging locations that are properly signed, it says that you have to be charging while you were there, or you can be subject. I saw the sign, I think it was $150, but if you read the law, I thought it was up to like $250 or $350.
Yeah, it's
if
a
you're
lot.
parked there and not charging. Unfortunately, I have not seen those signs installed at any Tesla superchargers in Colorado yet. So technically, they can't tow or fine people there. But at the Electrify America, right next to the Lakewood location, they do have the signs up there. And so they could be fined and ticketed there.
Yeah, hopefully they figure that out, though, and maybe that could be a law in South Dakota or something, because that is a pain in the butt. Yeah,
we've seen that all over the country, and it's nice that in some states, such as Colorado, they have laws like that. We've seen it in other states too, but it'd be nice if everybody had that.
Agreed.
Because you don't, when you're traveling especially, you don't want to pull into the supercharger and find that there's no place to charge because some inconsiderate person just parked there.
Yeah. That is a huge bummer, and something I think we'll have to suffer with until more electric cars become like more mainstream. I think they're kind of already getting there, but you're always going to have people who just don't care. I see people parking in handicap spots all the time with no handicap license plate, no placard hanging or any of that. So
I was
similar.
Chatting with some people a while back about there was a supercharger. We've seen it at a lot of locations in Colorado. Some of the stalls will be Tesla, electric vehicle charging only. Other ones will be shared stalls.
Oh yes.
Where they have a sign that says like 30 or 60 minutes, and technically people are allowed to park there and not charge because it says it's shared parking. And some locations are like that, and when we ever are on a road trip, we try to use those locations so that leaves the ones that are not for parking open. So if somebody else is on a road trip, they will have a spot open, hopefully. But I've seen, even then, I've seen like a hotel down in New Mexico where trucks were all parking in the ones that were there. And it's just unfortunate that people don't pay attention. And the signs are right there. And these are places too where you see sometimes the stall is kind of like, a gas pump, like right behind you. So you get out of the car, it's right by
you walk
the
right
driver.
Next to it, yeah.
So they're totally ignoring it. It's like, you'd think that if you didn't know what that was, it's like, hey, what's that? You'd think you wouldn't park there. I mean,
but thank you, John, for those stickers. I do appreciate those.
Oh yeah,
you see,
John, yeah, we have those. Yeah, and
we got them in every car now.
we've been waiting to use them. It's just it seems like when we didn't have them in every car, but we have a few of those now spread out to each car. So if we do see people,
I'm slapping that on.
We put those stickers out.
YOLO. Let's see where we're at. Somebody asked, what's next after the Model 3? So for those of you that don't know, the race car Model 3 is for sale. She's just hanging out under the desk. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. Race car Model 3 is for sale. We recently lowered the price down to like $79,999.99. I think that's enough nines.
Yeah.
And
it's a great value, but I can understand that
it's for special buyer
because it's been modified with so many racing things. It's nice. It's amazing what has put onto that car.
Yeah, but it seems like most people want to trade or don't get the okay from their significant other. But it is still for sale. After that, we have the Refresh S and X coming. We have a Cybertruck or two. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I'm definitely getting the tri-motor, and I'm keeping that one for sure. But part of me wants to try Turoing a Cybertruck. I think I'd be a little bit more okay with the Cybertruck on Turo because it's a little bit more
steel, stronger
indestructible.
Side panels and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
But originally, I think that was supposed to be out the end of this year. I don't know if that's still going to happen. So
it's going to be close.
It kind of, depending on what we hear for the time like that, that might affect our Model X purchase because the Model X is really nice, but if we can get this tri-motor Cybertruck for less money and a much longer range, it's not going to be the same on the inside, but it would still have seating for 6, and then you have all that cargo room. So it might take away our need to have that Model X. But the nice thing about the Model X, though, is it does have those 179 tax write-off if you use it for business. So
yeah, definite perks.
Decisions.
And then I'm still waiting on some roadsters. So a lot coming. I do assure you that. Let's see. Slew Dog said, "Did you see the updated Model 3 and Y interior photos on the Tesla site?"
We talked about those. Yeah.
Yep. So the only thing is the Model Y doesn't have that. At least not yet. I'll just pull it up real quick, and we can kind of look at it. But as of right now, Model Y doesn't have those new door panels. But I mean, we saw the door panels started in China, and now we're here. So it's only a matter of time.
If you go to the regular page for the Model Y, does it show them there? And maybe they just haven't updated the configurator yet?
I don't know. Let's look.
Because I thought somebody said that they were showing up, but
I know they're on the cars currently being built in China.
Yeah,
but that one still showed the other door panel.
Yeah, so we're not seeing anything here yet. But, eventually they will be on the Y as well.
Yeah, and I know someone was talking about the white on the Model 3 is no longer there. So, like, if you do the white car or white interior, this panel right here is now black regardless. And you can kind of see the old design, if you will. It was white right here, and then black for the black interior, kind of like that. Now it's just all going to be black, and you just get that white streak kind of there. So it's a little less white on the door, so it looks nice still, but I just don't know how I feel about that. I guess I haven't seen it in person yet, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Let's see. Where were we?
Yeah, I don't know where you left off.
Diego said, "Love the safety puppies."
Yes.
Everybody loves safety puppies.
They're on break right now, though. Layden's just hanging out right here.
She's just sitting right here with her head on my knee.
Resting her head on Eric's leg, but standing there.
Let's see. My Model 3 that I ordered on March 23rd is delayed to May 25th to June 16th. So maybe there is more to this chip shortage than originally we expected. And maybe Q1 they didn't have any issues with 3 and Y because they already had enough built up of inventory. Very well could be. We'll have to do some digging in on that. Let's see. Michael said, "Would you ever consider doing a reptile video or separate channel?"
Yeah, we were talking about a separate channel.
Now that you mention
thing
it,
the other day, maybe you should do that. I mean, it's
so I was thinking we could do more Derek, and we could do like our house projects and other stuff like that.
Sure, ceiling fan.
In the ceiling fan, and maybe we would do a reptile channel too. I got into some more reptiles.
It would take a lot of time, but I mean,
maybe it wouldn't be full-time editor position.
But we do have some reptiles that you could, and there might be some additional ones coming soon. There's always just like with the Teslas, there's new reptiles coming in.
Hey, shout out to the reptiles though. Those geckos paid for my first Model S.
Yeah, you should show the picture. His first.
I just got fur everywhere.
His first Model S personalized plate was geckos.
Yeah. So shout out to the geckos. We love you.
And that was we didn't mention that, but last week was marked our 5-year anniversary since we put in our orders for our Model S's. So 2016, I think it was April 9th of 2016, we put in our orders. That was, just a little bit over a week after the big Model 3 event at March 31st of 2016. We all put in, reservations for that. It was amazing. But then we were thinking, we know the Model S refresh is coming. So we put in an order. We each put in an order for an S90D. And then a couple days later, the refresh was officially announced. We knew it was coming. And Eric took his for immediate delivery, and I said, I want to wait a little bit. And Eric got Autopilot 1 on his. I delayed mine just long enough until we saw the Autopilot 2 codes, and I was one of the very first cars with Autopilot 2.
Then Eric got jealous.
So Eric had to
sold his car and got a new one.
Yeah, and that actually came back to me though. So it's just like like the shell game. We're moving Teslas around like
it's pretty comical.
So somebody was asking where do you get all the money for this Teslas? Well, we buy them, but then we sell them or we trade them in and stuff like that. So it's
not like we physically own 13 Teslas right now.
No, we've only bought 12 so far.
Or 12, yeah.
But we currently have 4 in the garage.
Yeah.
And one of them is up for sale soon. A second one will be up for sale as well. So we're going to be down to we'll be down to 2, but then we're going to get 1 or 2 more.
But we both have full-time jobs. And I have a couple side businesses. What was the thing I tweeted? What was the term?
Minks. So you
multiple income, no kids.
Yeah. So basically, probably some people might have heard of dinks, which is dual income, no kids. But we were saying multiple incomes, no kids, because multiple people, multiple jobs, and it's just like when we don't have kids, we have other money or money to spend on other things, I guess.
So the biggest thing, like for me, and I wish schools and stuff would really kind of go over it, is having multiple channels of income. Huge difference than relying just on like my day job. Yes, it's other side hustles, and yes, I do spend a lot of time on them, and I oftentimes have very late nights. It has really allowed me a lot more freedom, so to speak.
Yeah, but Eric, he got started early, like in his teens, on his own like business, making money, and like he said, that's how he's able to pay for his first Model S by money he'd made through his reptile business.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Mom and Dad, for letting me get some geckos and snakes in your house. Most parents wouldn't allow that. But there's so many ways nowadays to have multiple income streams. Some less labor intensive than others, but there's a lot of different ways. And there's a lot of YouTube people that talk about it in a lot more depth. And I would advise you, if you're interested, check them out. Let's see. Diego said this summer I'll be able to check out the Kettleman City Superchargers and also the largest one in Firebaugh. Super excited. Awesome. Are you coming through Colorado, Diego? Wait, where does Diego live? I don't remember.
I thought he was out there, but I don't remember.
Maybe.
Or maybe he was in Arizona.
Anyway.
I don't remember.
Let's see.
I'm sure he'll let us know in a few minutes.
Dan said, any word about current Model Y owners being able to get air suspension or adaptive suspension from Tesla? So far, nothing. And that's been talked about a lot, too. Is that going to be coming? Is that not going to be coming? Was it originally planned, and now it's like, no, they don't want to. They want to keep it separate from SNX. So many questions around that. Yeah,
and we've seen on like the parts catalog, I think in China, they have mentioned parts for the air suspension, but again, we don't know if that's just a relic and it was originally planned and then got canceled, because it was also somebody pointed that out, I think, on the Model 3 a while back, and Elon said no, it's not coming to the Model 3.
Yeah.
So we don't know, but I know a lot of people who say they would buy a Model Y if it had the air suspension, but I wonder if they're just going to keep it off of that, because that would maybe push you to get an S or an X instead.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a big step up, but there's aftermarket stuff, but it might be cheaper than going up to an X or whatever. Yeah,
the only downside I have with aftermarket is it's just not built in.
Yeah, it wouldn't be integrated right into the
integrated and seamless.
It's easy to control. I mean, they might be able to have a phone app, but it's not going to be built in to use on that center screen.
Exactly. Megan said extended warranty company recommendations. I wouldn't get an extended warranty unless it was through Tesla.
No, we've been trying to contact you about your extended warranty.
Oh my God, those TikToks love.
There is one. It's called. I think it's called XCare.
Okay.
I think, and it's actually run by some former Tesla people.
Oh, interesting.
That worked with Tesla. They have a pretty good review. I think it's called XCare. Maybe try Googling it real quick, Eric. But basically, they work directly with Tesla. So basically, you pay for your warranty, and then when you take your car in, I think you have to get it pre-approved or something like that. You send them the invoice, but they would basically just call Tesla. It's not XCare.
That's a medical alert pending.
Okay. Well,
glad it is not xcare.com.
I didn't say something else. But it's something. It's similar to the word XCare, but look for like Tesla warranty. But basically, they will call Tesla and pay your invoice for you if it's covered, and so they'll take care of that.
Oh, it's Accelerate.
Is that
Auto.
It? Okay, so I knew it started with an X. No, it says XCare right on the right. Look.
Yeah, but it's accelerateauto.com.
But it does say XCare, so I wasn't just imagining that.
Look, maybe they could contact us and they could be featured on Derek right here.
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't honestly know about this, so yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, it's like I said, I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and they were saying how seamless or how easy it was to make a claim, and they basically contacted the service center and took care. You didn't have to like get your receipt, mail it in, wait a month or two. It seemed people that I've heard so far were pretty pleased with it. But we don't have any personal experience yet. But maybe we should reach out to them.
I mean, your Model S.
It is
now up.
Warranty. Yeah, but I don't know too. Like when you can buy, we need to research that. But basically, bookmark that. We'll check that one out more.
Got it.
But that's definitely one I know about for people who didn't buy the extended warranty directly from Tesla. I don't even know, is Tesla even still offering that? I don't think they even ever offered one on the 3 or the Y.
I don't think they did either.
Yeah. So, but some people still have it on the S and X.
Yeah. Let's see. George said, "Hi Derek, I'm writing you from Israel. Wow, welcome. Tesla began to supply its first cars to our country. I am the
cool.
lucky owner of one of the first 230 cars, but we have a problem. Cars are without Sentry mode. I'm sure it's just like maybe a software thing or something they need permission.
I wonder.
But I imagine they can easily over the air
hopefully
that.
it's not a legal requirement or legal restriction, because as we were talking about earlier, in some places like China, they're maybe not able to turn it on. Hopefully that's not the case in Israel. Hopefully they just need to get something approved, run it by some regulatory authority and being able to turn it on. But, I mean, people were able to buy other dash cams and install them. So I haven't heard of that being disallowed. So hopefully they'll be able to turn that on. And it should be just as simple as a software update if they are able to turn it on.
Yeah, hopefully they can, though, because Sentry mode is pretty valuable.
It's very useful. And the dash cam feature as well, when we're driving around, it's nice to know, because in my S, I've got like the 8 cameras. Not all of them are recorded, but I've also got my Blackview cameras. So it's like, I know that there's a camera pointing in every direction. So I'm confident that if anything ever happens, I will have it recorded on video.
Yeah. J.A. Smith 715 said, live in Westminster. Welcome.
Yep.
I frequent the newer V3 Supercharger in Thornton. It's great. Good to hear about more coming in Westminster. Yeah, there's going to be a lot popping up in Colorado.
Yeah, because Westminster, there's also supposed to be a new one in Lakewood. And the big 16 stall one there is in Lakewood at Colorado Mills. But we think there's another come and go just a few miles away from that. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but looking on the map, it's really close to the other one, so it's like maybe it doesn't make sense to put there. But that other one at Colorado Mills is getting pretty busy, so this might be a nice overflow site. And if it's at a come and go, it's right off the road, and it'll be good maybe for westbound traffic, whereas eastbound easier to get to for the other Lakewood location. But again, not official yet, but there is another one coming in Lakewood soon.
Yep. Ryan said, what Tesla phone or watch apps do you use? The OEM Tesla.
Yeah,
the apps have changed a lot since I really looked into them a while back. I just didn't want to give someone my username and password. I know now they can do tokens, so that's a little different. But there were also some issues early on where your cars wouldn't go to sleep because the apps would continue pinging it. And I know a lot of this has been updated. I just haven't really dived into it too much lately because Tesla gives me pretty much everything. I would love to see like a breakdown on every drive of like
it'd be nice to have more history.
Watt hours per mile and how the driving was. There could still be a lot more, and I know some other sites offer that. I just haven't like dove too much into it.
Yeah, and like a lot of these sites though, they do have like a subscription fee, and we're not big fans of subscriptions.
You know how we like that.
But some of them are actually ones that you can install. They're not for mobile apps, but they're ones that you can install on like a Raspberry Pi or another PC or something, and then you can just monitor yourself, so you don't actually have to give your credentials out to that third party.
Yeah, perhaps I should look into that again because I've been getting that question.
But again, we don't really use we just use the default Tesla app. There's some nice to have features we would request, but we just get along with what we have so far.
Yep. Thank you so much, John, for the other $5. Really appreciate that. Said bring up the link I sent you on your Twitter. You're gonna like it. Okay. Is it stream safe, John?
Hopefully, if he's telling us to bring it up, I would assume it is.
Let me pull it up. Let's look at this. Do you want to answer a question real quick?
Okay. Let's see. I see. Interesting. Somebody, Janika X. Well, I guess 16 said in Portugal you cannot have dash cams. Utterly ridiculous. I did not know. That's really unfortunate because they are so useful. If there's an accident, it's nice to be able to have that instead of just somebody's word. Their witness statement. It's nice to actually have the actual video. So it's hard to believe that some places don't allow dash cams.
Oh yeah. John sent the more confetti.
Thanks, John.
He sent the link for Dip Your Car, which for those of you that don't know. It's kind of like an emblem kit. He said it's a good way around Tesla's cease and desist.
Yeah, so basically what, use original Tesla emblems?
Yeah, and then you just dip it. And actually, fun fact, when I had a Ford Fusion Hybrid, I plastic dipped the wheels and the chrome trim and stuff like that.
And took off the badges, I believe, too.
Yeah. So, great idea, John, actually. That is a really good idea.
That's a good way. And for those who don't know, Tesla has been sending out cease and desist letters to people to sell Tesla accessories because Tesla doesn't license the use of their logos or trademarks. And it's unfortunate because a lot of these companies would be willing to pay to use Tesla's trademarks legally, but Tesla they're not interested in that right now. So this is a good way. You could take your actual Tesla emblem that might be chrome and then plastic dip it and make it black. And
Yeah.
And it's not that hard. I mean, it's kind of like spray paint, but it's kind of a plastic like spray paint. So, and you do some layers, and it'll last for years.
Yep.
You can
Let's
actually do
see.
your entire car like that too.
Yeah, not with spray cans though, because that would take a lot.
And I think you would want to take it to a guy
Yeah.
to do your entire car. But I know a couple people have had that done. I
Yep.
think Hank had his car done like that.
Oh yeah, I think he did actually. Diego said, "Did you guys see Kyle from Out of Spec take the Mach-E on a road trip? Painful to watch. Trying to get it
Yes.
charged all the time was ridiculous. Wasn't always only the car. Loved the superchargers. And see, this is what's nice is Tesla owns the car and the supercharger. They make sure it just works.
Yeah.
This is why like third-party things aren't always great because you've got Ford on one end and you've got Electrify America or whoever on the other end, and sometimes they just don't want to talk.
Yeah, and
issues.
While some of these other manufacturers like Ford and I think Porsche, they offer free charging or a certain amount of free charging, it doesn't do you any good if you can't plug in and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, if you plug in and it doesn't work. And I saw I didn't watch the whole video, but I saw he had
It was
problems
painful, yeah.
Just it's pathetic, you know. It's some of them are slower than just using a V2 or level 2, you know, not fast charging, just at home. It's like
But hopefully they can get that fixed in the future because that's not gonna help sell cars at all.
yeah, not Ford, yeah.
No. Michael said, "Do you think a 6-seater Model Y would be a good seller?" Interesting.
Yeah,
I haven't
kinda
really thought about
we
that.
really like the layout of the seats in the 6-seater Model X.
Yeah.
So I don't know though. I haven't seen a 7-seater personally, so I can't say. But I just know that when we sat back there, it was really tight.
Yeah.
When we were in the back, so I don't know. I think I don't know. I think it might give you some more legroom because that's one problem, one complaint we would have about a 7-seater Y is that there's not a lot of legroom. So with 6 seats, you might be able to sit kind of with your feet down the center aisle like you can in the X.
Yeah. I would much rather have a 6-seater Model Y than a 7-seater Model Y.
Yeah, we'll say that.
I'll say that.
Definitely.
Diego said, "Any chance to check out the new Mercedes EQS EV luxury? Looks nice, but we'll see lots to
I've
prove
seen
still."
it. It has amazing like
I saw-
hyper screen. It's
yeah.
like all the way across the dash.
I saw like 2 videos, or a couple of videos from some YouTubers that I follow. Were just posted today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not have time to check them out because we were doing some garage work, and then my parents came over. Shout out to you guys for the lunch, and then I had to go to work. But I'll have to check them out later this evening.
But they do. It's nice though to see other manufacturers finally like recognizing, you know, people like screens because
Yeah.
you know for the years people had really tiny screens like the size of my tablet in the car.
Or they would
And-
just do a bunch of buttons.
yeah, buttons everywhere.
know.
And now Mercedes is finally like the entire dash is like is it like 60 or 58 something inches, but it's like there's a couple. It looks kind of weird with their air ducts or whatever, you know, the round ones on the
So
side.
right here, this is a 42 or 49-inch screen.
Wow, yeah, what this monitor Eric's using. But yeah, so it's huge. It goes all the way across the dash, so it looks nice.
Maybe we should
And-
throw this in the Tesla and see how it looks.
We can do that, yeah. Too bad. Oh yeah.
I mean, we could do it. I know,
Okay,
right?
yeah, I see that coming.
Chris said your guys' live streams are the best. Thank you very much. I absolutely love them. By the way, it's been almost 4 months since I've been attending the live streams. Awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Really
yeah,
appreciate
we've
it.
actually been doing them for just over a year now.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've missed a few weeks here and there, or we've had a few extra ones as well. But yeah, we definitely enjoy it because it helps us to answer your questions and just discuss things. Because we learn a few things from you because we don't see everything that's going on. So it's nice for you guys to tell us what you're seeing going on in the Tesla world too.
Yeah.
But it's nice just to talk with people and answer their questions because a lot of people, you know, it might be their first time here and they don't know what all is going on or you know, they don't know who to ask. And so we're definitely here to help you if you have questions.
Yep. Let's see. Fred's Model 3N said, "How do you like your Starlink?" Mine's still on order.
we
So
haven't
we
had
actually
it
don't
yet.
have it. Mine's still on order as well.
It said it's like available, but we put in like the order.
Yeah.
But then it's like they haven't shipped out. So it's like, it's kind of like pre-order or something like that, I guess.
Yeah. Alan said fastest Model 3 lap time at Scuba Circuit and Laguna Seca.
Was that Eric's car? Or was that previously your Eric's car?
I think Scuba, it might still be. I'm pretty sure Laguna was broken.
What's the one in Japan?
Scuba.
Scuba, okay.
I'm pretty sure Laguna was broken. Maybe we should just go have fun with it. Maybe. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, Diego's in Phoenix, so he's probably not
I
going
see.
to
I
come
said
through
Arizona,
here.
so yeah, I was right.
Okay, well,
I knew it was down there. Yeah,
bummer, Diego.
southwest.
Some other time. It would. So once this whole pandemic thing gets sorted out a little bit more, it'd definitely been fun to do some more meetups with people. We had a bunch planned for 2020. We all know how that went. So eventually we want to start doing that again on like road trips and stuff like that. Unfortunately, the road trips I did do in 2020 were pretty short, just to go pick up the Model 3, take the Model Y. But because of the situation, I didn't really want to do meetups, so I didn't really advertise it. But a lot of people saw me along the way, which is great. But I didn't want like a bunch of people congregating necessarily.
Yeah, but hopefully maybe later this summer we'll do something in either the X or S, depending on if we get one or the other. And then of course the Cybertruck when it comes out, and the Roadsters. Maybe we'll have a convoy. We've been talking about we could take the Cybertruck and we could just tow the Roadsters, so keep the mileage low.
Check please, I'm in. Cham said $15,000 a child annually, $1 million over their life. I'm pretty sure 15 annually is low. Should I call my mom?
Is that tax credits or how much they have to pay?
How much they cost?
Oh, I think I'm sure they cost more than that. I guess it depends.
Ask my parents. I'm pretty sure I was expensive. That's a bad investment, but rewarding life. True. I mean, kids. I work in biotech and I work in the reproductive field. I know all very well about this. It really depends what your goal in life is.
And I have nothing against kids, but it's funny because when we get solar and stuff like this, I always see people talking about solar and they're talking about return on investment and like, oh, it's not worth it to buy power walls or this or that. I was like, do you have kids? Because there's no return on investment on those, or if it is, it's going to be like 60-something years. So it's like people they're all concerned about the numbers for some things and not the other. So.
And we find our solar and Powerwall
was
rewarding.
Yes, it's not the same as kids, but it was a good return on investment.
But we have dogs. I have some reptiles, and the nice thing about them is if we want to go somewhere, we can leave them at home for a little while. But I mean, kids, not for everybody. But if you want kids and you have kids, by all means.
Oh, Diego was asking about the spoiler install video. That was a little bit...
I recorded it.
Yeah, so...
and actually, I don't know if Kevin's still in chat. Kevin was here.
Okay. Is it Kevin
Snow?
Snow? Yeah, he's right there too, yeah.
Okay, he came over this weekend. Huge shout out to him. He was actually the one that gave us the Cybertruck RC car because...
Okay, I didn't realize it was the same... Oh, okay, cool.
Because...
So that car's... Okay.
Yeah, we got some history going.
I missed him yesterday because I was at my mom's, but I saw his car on the camera, yeah.
Okay, since it was brought up, I'll show you guys a sneak peek picture because holy crap,
yeah, but Eric had mentioned during the video he put out like on Thursday, he did a lot of new Tasmanian accessories, and one of them is it just a matte black or?
So this is the matte black version that we're installing.
Do they have carbon fiber ones too? Okay, so they have multiple types of spoilers for the Model Y, and Eric went ahead and installed one of them on Kevin's red Model Y.
Okay. You can't tell me that car looks good.
Oh, look at the reflection of the lights too. That's a really nice looking garage, by the way.
I know. We should get one.
Wow.
But yeah,
is that an official Tesla garage? Wow.
That car, like any angle you take a photo at, looked amazing.
It's very shiny.
So, yeah, 10 out of 10. Thank you so much again, Kevin, for bringing that over.
She's hunting.
Are you hunting for confetti?
No, there's it's like a little tiny moth that she's trying to catch.
That's funny. She's cute. Let's see. Mr. DSN189 said, haven't been on the stream for a while. What's the latest Excel transformer and power interruption solar stuff update? Do you want to run through it?
Yeah, again, we had the transformer installed the end of last year after waiting like 5-6 months, but we're going to do that. It should be out, I think, like the 20th or so, so maybe a little over a week. Yeah. Sometime later in April, we will be doing that with all the details on that. But basically, the new transformer fixed all of our power problems, and we were pleased so far.
Yeah. Michael said X-Care free plug. We'll send him a bill. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But we've seen, like I said, when we talked about our solar earlier, we've now peaked. Not peaked, but our maximum was like over 132 kilowatt hours in one day, and we just keep going up. I think we might hit over 150, maybe even 160 in June. So we're definitely happy with our system. It's tons of power, way more than we need. So we're again, our power company lets us earn credits on that, and then it will cover our production or our usage back in November, December. So we won't have bills. We really don't have an electric bill anymore.
Yeah.
And our electric bill used to be like several $100s.
Alan, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Said, imagine a Cybertruck hauling a Roadster in a transparent trailer. Really need to fix the camera focus. Yeah, so transparent trailer would be dope. David can answer a question while I try to fix the camera focus.
I saw somebody else talked about, I think it was Diego, somebody was talking about too, if we did a road trip with the Cybertruck and pulling a Roadster, that would like stop traffic, because that would be like, wow. I mean, a Roadster's going to stop traffic as it is, but if you say a Cybertruck pulling it,
that'd be pretty
cool. We should get a semi. Like I said, if we would have bought a semi, we could have loaded up all of our cars and taken them all.
There's always time.
Yeah. We just don't have any garage to park it in, but we can park it outside.
We can park it outside. Let's see. Megan said, thank you. I purchased a 2016 Model X P90D, 27,000 miles, scared to not have an extended warranty. I mean, it's definitely just like a peace of mind thing, for sure. Not gonna lie. Kat said, when is Xcare going to be extended to other states? I honestly didn't know they were limited.
Oh, I thought it was...
We'll have to do some research. I honestly didn't even know about it.
Yeah, because I've heard people talk about it and they like it, but I didn't know it was only in certain states.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Let's see. Where was I? A lot of people talking about the electric Mercedes-Benz. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it other than a bunch of videos went posted live today.
Try contacting them and see if they're going to have one that you could test drive or that you could drive out and see.
I believe it was MKBHD and What's Inside. They posted their videos today. So lots of people got to check it out. Let's see.
I heard. I see somebody, Jonathan M, is talking about buying a new house and getting Tesla panels, but plans on getting new solar roof in 5 to 10 years after a house extension. Not leasing and payoff period is 6 years. How should I repurpose or resell them? That's a good question, because I haven't really heard of much of a market for used solar. That'd be something to research.
There's definitely got to be one. My guess would be you could either try to sell it privately or see if any of these, I don't necessarily want to call them smaller, but any company that installs solar in your area would be interested in maybe buying those, and then they could resell them as slightly used panels to somebody else.
Because they're good. Because they're good for like 25 years.
They're good for so
20,
long.
25 years or more, and they don't stop working after that.
Yeah.
And we're totally pleased with our system, but it doesn't make sense for us to get rid of them, even though they might be paid off, or they're paid off, but we'll be breaking even, I guess, in another few years. They're still going to be good for another 20-something years, so it doesn't make sense for us to upgrade to a solar roof. But if we were to ever do that, I know that my brother or somebody like that would be interested in getting them, and he's got room for all those panels. But yeah, we need to get somebody to reinstall them. But I think it would be a lot cheaper because it would just be the labor. Or you could do it yourself. Some people do this themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have that.
I don't trust myself enough.
It'd be nice if you found somebody like an electrician friend that could help you set those up. But yeah, we should look into that and see if there is a market for used solar panels.
I'm sure there is.
What's weird too, I heard, we were talking a couple weeks ago how it looks like the price, that's a moth, but it looks like the price of Tesla's solar roof went down, but now I heard some people are saying that the price went way up.
So it depends on what roof you have. Let me pull this up.
Because we were talking too about they had some metal ones and some are all glass. So is it people who had the all glass that their price went up?
Let me pull it up real quick and I can kind of give everyone the rundown.
But it's just weird because when we checked it last time, the price had gone way down, and now people are talking about the price went up. So it didn't make sense.
Where am I? Solar roof. It's right in front of my face and I missed it. Yikes. Let me just make sure it's not going to like pre-populate with my address, and then I'll show everybody. Oh, it asked for your address. Give me a second. Let me just make sure it's not going to be... I don't need to dox myself. That would be embarrassing.
I just saw it. I can't find the comment, but Megan, somebody on there, I think she works with Xcare or something. I can't see her comment now. I'm trying to find it, but it scrolled away.
Okay, so I got this real quick. I don't see our address on here. So we should be okay.
Oh, they have Xcare. There it is.
So here's this. And it kind of gives you some solar roof options. And so your roof complexity is huge in this. So a simple roof is roughly $60,000 before credits. Or is that after? No, that's after. I thought it was less than that before. Anyway.
It depends. Again.
So $60,000 if you have a moderately complex roof, it's 65,000.
That's
If you
still
have a
cheap.
very complex, it's 74.
But when we checked a couple years ago,
was
this would have been
north
like
of 100.
$100,000. So
Yeah.
for us, the price has gone down like 30%. And then, I don't know why the price has gone up for others, but they have made changes recently where they're going to start using more metal panels that are supposed to look just like the glass panels, but to bring costs down. So it might be for people who have already signed saying they were going to get all glass. Maybe they're having to raise the price on those because those glass cost more than the metal ones.
Yeah. So I don't know. Something to think about for sure.
Oh, and John Eric 98 says you could donate used panels to a charity or church, and I've heard of that. At least one person mentioned that they did that because
We could find a dog rescue in town and donate it to them.
and then you can use that as a write-off, but also then they can find the electrician and then they can install the panels like that.
I'm in. Okay. Let's see. Melanie said, did the long-range Model Y increase in price or no? It did increase $500 in the most recent round. So it seems like prices have been slowly creeping up, not going to lie.
Yeah, and again, we were talking about that. That's probably because the tax credit will be coming out later this year in the United States, and Tesla just doesn't want to, raise the price by 5,000 when they're not changing a ton of stuff. They've already raised the price of the S and X by 10,000. So I think, they're not going to raise the price on those anymore, but they're bumping it up on. But also, the 3 and Y are selling like hotcakes, and
They are.
can't keep up with. And also, again, they do have the chip shortage, so maybe they're just kind of doing a slight demand lever.
Yeah. Let's see. Jonathan said, why doesn't Sonic partner with Tesla for superchargers? I think that's a great idea too, because you park at Sonic and you order your food and eat, so you're there.
Or similar restaurants, yeah, it'd be great. Yeah,
I think it's a great idea. I'm in.
and Sonic's one that it's.
We've been to Sonic a few times.
Yeah, yeah. Only thing about Sonic, I love it, but it's like everything's fried on that
True.
menu. I think every single, except for like their blasts or whatever, their frozen things. But it's like the food's good, but it's like it's not the. It'd be nice if they had some healthier options as well.
Yep. David, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. I said Google Cyberland R. Check it out. Awesome add-on. Yes.
We saw the Cyberlander
You
last
sent it
week.
to me.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was $50,000 and said, nope.
Well, basically, the Cyberlander.
Because that's how much the car is.
It's like a potential like camper for use in the Cybertruck, and they had some cool like CGI animations and stuff on that. But it's not cheap. It's like Eric said, $50,000, and it remains to be seen like how you get it into your Cybertruck bed and how do you take it out. So I think they're still trying to figure that out. But it's interesting concept, but it's not cheap. And I think they did say that you could save some money if you pre-order or something like that. But Eric pointed out that, well, if you pre-order and you put down a big deposit, you're not really, that doesn't detect, you're still paying that. But it's interesting. So look up Cyberlander, and it's got some, it looks like it matches the Cybertruck.
I mean, I admit, it look more confetti, because why not? I admit, it looks cool, but I have a problem with that price, because for that price, I could get a really nice Airstream, maybe even get like a power wall and some solar on it.
Well, the thing that the Cyberlander did have solar supposedly, but again,
something I tow would be a lot more comfortable, I would think.
And you could drop it off at the campground or something like that, and then still move around. Yeah.
I don't know. It looks really cool, and I saw some people did videos on it. I'm having trouble getting as amped about it because that price, even at 40 grand. That prices it out of reach for a lot of people, because I mean, most people might only spend 40, 50, or 60 on the Cybertruck. So now you're almost doubling the car price. Yeah, I guess that's my little soapbox for the day. Sorry. Let's see. Grant said, loved live streams as well. Wish they were earlier, like 2, 3 p.m. on Sundays. So yeah, we probably will be mixing it up a little bit more. I've just had to take on a couple extra weekends at work. Because someone had a child. Congratulations, Patrick, on that. I don't think he watches my YouTube, but if he does, congratulations. So I had to pull a couple more weekends, but yeah, we'll probably be doing some more variations to catch some other people.
I see Retail Tuesday says they want a supercharger in their man cave. It's like, well, we happen to have one. I don't know if this is our man cave, but we do have a supercharger.
Studio man cave.
It's our studio, yeah, but it's like, and we have like another, like a replica of this in the garage itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and actually, like, so many people love this, and actually, a lot of people think the one in the garage is real, and it is actually the one that I built.
This is a real one.
This is the real one.
V2, so it's got a really thick cable if you look at that, and but it's got all the innards in there that a regular supercharger V2 would have.
Yep.
Did you see Mace said that his solar roof estimate doubled from the initial automated quote? So that's
Holy crap.
That's not good. So again, hopefully it's not like bait and switch.
Can you message me, Mace, and so I can just get some details, just so I can understand it a little bit? Because I'm curious how we've never gone through the solar roof process, so I don't know really how it works, and I'm really interested to know.
Yeah, but we were just amazed to see that the price had dropped 30%, but then if it doubles when you actually get the detailed quote, that's not good.
Yeah. Fred said, can't wait to see reviews on Plaid Plus range test. 500 plus mile range is sick. I mean, what about a hypermile in a 500 mile range?
Yeah, you could probably go 1,000.
Could probably go 1,000 or more.
Mate, speaking of which, the Aptera, have we heard anything about Aptera? They're supposed to be having 1,000-mile car, so it'd be cool.
No comment at this time.
When these cars finally come out. And then, of course, the Roadster.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll still have 600. I saw somebody rumoring that, no, they're going to cut it down to 300, but it's like, you can't have, like, the S and the Cybertruck have more range than the Roadster that was supposed to have 600.
Yeah. Matt said there's no ROI on a vacation either by traditional math.
Oh yes,
true.
Exactly. And yeah,
very true.
Definitely schedule vacation. We haven't done a vacation, a real vacation in
forever,
like a year and a half. So we definitely need to plan on one once things open back up.
Yep. So like literally, I don't necessarily view everything as like a return on investment. Only stuff like business wise. But yeah, for like vacations, any of that, I'm just like meh, YOLO. Let's see, where was I?
Kevin was saying that because battery components and everything, raw material costs are going up. Maybe that's why the car prices. So yeah, I guess there has been some inflation, and we've noticed like food prices have really gone up over the past year. Because we used to go to one restaurant like every weekend, and the prices have gone up. They're not double what they used to be, but it's gone up probably 60% from what we used to pay a year ago. So,
yeah, I will say everything seems to have just been steadily going up, probably just because supply chain issues and everything else. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's that and it's just kind of corresponding at a decent time.
So maybe they have a legitimate reason for going up, and hopefully those tax credits come out soon to at least help sticker shock a little bit more.
Exactly.
Reduce it a little bit.
Let's see.
And we were just talking about the Cyberlander, but Sean Sontag kind of brings up what I sold. $40,000 would go a long ways towards hotels.
Oh my God, I know.
It's like, I can remember, it's different though, because if you're going to buy one of those, you're going to be camping, you might be out in the middle of nowhere.
But see, I would rather
you could spend $40,000 on vacations. I mean, you could do a round the world cruise for that much. And I think that would be a lot more memorable than spending, camping out on using a dry toilet out in the middle of the woods. Totally different. I like camping, but I mean, $40,000, $50,000. I would do it for free though. I mean, I would just go out and camp in the woods. That's what I was going to say. I would take my tent and a backpack, but I've spent more money on a tent that fits in my backpack than I could probably stay in a luxury hotel for several nights. But it's a different experience. But I guess I would just never pay $40,000-$50,000 for camping.
I guess like the biggest thing for me is I do plan on taking my Cybertruck camping. I do plan on doing off-road and everything.
But we don't need to.
But the nice thing is if you're going to do something and you can tow it, the great thing with that is, one, if you decide to sell it, it opens up the market a lot more. Because if you decide to sell it, your market is limited to Cybertruck owners. There's going to be a lot, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But the great thing with the Cybertruck is, with something you tow, is you can drop it off somewhere, take the Cybertruck really off-road and everything, and not have that in the back.
Yeah, and another thing too is you could just rent a trailer if you're going to go camping for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
pay a few $100 or $1,000, whatever. Rent a trailer for the few weeks you're going to use it,
and not have to worry about maintenance, storage, any of that.
Our previous neighbors that lived next door to us had a Casita camper that I think they only used it like once.
Wasn't it an Airstream?
No, it was a Casita, but it was similar styling.
Oh,
it was
okay.
Like the stainless steel look, but it was similar styling. But basically, those things were really expensive, and I only saw them use it like once in like 7 or 8 years. And so to me, it's like they could have saved a lot of money and rented something or gone someplace else.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, I'm all for camping, but I think it'd be a lot cheaper just to rent it.
$40,000, just It's a lot of money. Let's see. Matt says, I still say Semi is the best Tesla to show up at a Cars and Coffee event. You know what?
They'd be very unique.
I'm sold. And speaking of, Michael said, screw it. Buy a Semi and start a logistics shipping company. So you heard it here first.
Cool.
Derek's Logistics is coming to a town near you.
I mean, the thing is, they need to build out the mega charger network or whatever it's going to be called yet. We don't know. And so maybe once we start hearing some news on that, that would be something to consider. Because I wouldn't mind having a home business like that or rent that out, lease it out.
Yeah, I totally lease it out for sure. Let's see.
And that would be going to like professional drivers that are used to driving semis and stuff.
Chris said, since Mercedes is starting to copy many things from Tesla and putting them into their cars, what if they end up putting Falcon Wing doors onto one of their SUVs? I'm pretty sure Tesla owns a patent for that. So if they did, they would pay Tesla. So YOLO.
Yeah, or they'd have to do something totally different, and they'd have their own learning experience, or they'd have to license it. You never know.
Yeah, they could easily do that. Let's see. Oh, Layden's trying to look for the moth. Are you hunting? Yeah, she's hunting. Let's see. Where was I? Jim said we got a sweet deal on used solar panels here.
Oh, cool.
Interesting. I mean, I totally see there's definitely got to be a market for that. Because, you could get them for cheaper.
Yeah. Oh, I see Mando X Games is saying, or he's asking if we will be live streaming the Q1 earnings call. Of course.
You bet.
And I think that's coming up, April, is it the 26th or 27th? Somewhere
I think it's the 26th.
Somewhere around there. So
let me look at my calendar.
A few weeks will be the Tesla. So that's going to be during a weekday, so it will be probably like 4 p.m. Mountain Time, somewhere around there. But
the 26th is Monday. Does that sound right?
I don't know. But go to ir.tesla.com.
But yes, we will totally be doing it.
We'll just cover that, go over the deck that they put out and the questions and answers, stuff like that, and have some comments. We haven't ever had that.
26th.
We haven't had the Model S and X refresh call yet, so maybe Elon will hint some more at that, or maybe we'll actually have some deliveries by then. Who knows?
That would be nice.
Some people are saying they're still seeing April deliveries, but we still don't have a delivery date for either one of our orders, the S or the X. Somebody did notice that now it shows estimated delivery, but it's blank, at least for us and for many others.
Yeah, I am all for Tesla sending us. I'll pay for it.
Roger had an idea.
I'll fully pay for it. Oh, God. Okay.
No, he said shoot the moth with the...
Holy crap.
I don't know. Is that allowed? Is that allowed on YouTube? I don't know. What if it gets flagged for...
Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay, we'll watch for it, Roger. So we have your thing ready, but wait, I don't see...
Oh, it finally worked. Did you guys hear that?
What?
I don't know if they heard that. Did you guys hear it talk? I'm playing around with Streamlabs. And it was supposed to talk.
We'll save it, Roger. We'll keep my eyes open, but we owe you one.
Yeah. We'll give you this for now, and he'll keep an eye out for the moth.
But I'm ready.
Did you guys hear Did you guys hear it read out the super chat though? I'm playing around with that. It doesn't always work all the time, but it's kind of fun when it does. Not gonna lie. Text to speech. Anywho,
they just heard talk of the confetti gun, and they came in here.
They're like, "What's going on?
There's nothing going on. It's okay."
Let's see. It's 6:54,
so yes, closing in on dinner time, but not time for yet.
Let's see. Pierre said, I saw that Rim Tricks start selling wheel covers for Model 3 and soon Model Y could be a cheaper option than new rims. Yeah, so they had like Indiegogo or GoFundMe, or not GoFundMe maybe? I don't know. They had some crowdfunding thing that they did, and it was actually pretty darn successful, and now they have a couple different things they're coming out with. I haven't actually seen them, but I've heard good reviews on them, so that's kind of cool.
I'm keeping my eyes out for that moth. I don't see it.
You and Layden.
The word got out that it's like, so Layden though, she hunts them. So
she does. She likes to eat them.
She'll be watching around and she'll catch it.
She's licking her chops.
She's just yawning now. She's watching.
Let's see. Matt said depends on quality because campers are pretty expensive. Yeah, I guess like in the grand scheme of it, I don't know if I'd really use one enough to justify $40,000.
The thing is too, is like my stepdad, he sold his house and he bought a camper and he's got like a fifth wheel, or trailer or whatever. And so that's what he lives in now. He lives full time.
And that's what my grandparents
did too. I definitely
can
see it making more sense financially if that's where you live. And towing that thing around, but again, the camper that just sits in the back of the truck, that'd be a lot more crowded than just having a trailer.
Yeah. Thank you, Mace, for sending me the deets. I appreciate it. Rob said, what software do you use to edit videos? I use Adobe Suite. So I use pretty much everything Adobe. It's just kind of what I've grown up with and been used to. I also don't have any Macs, so I don't use Final Cut or any of that. Let's see. Jonathan said, I install Tesla solar roofs, the new metal tiles with foam backing on the sides of roof without any PV tiles. These reduce install time and cost. By the way, traditional Cape Cod is about 30 to 40,000 before incentive. Okay, I mean that's not terrible.
There's a couple more super chats that came in.
Oh God! So, I hear you laughing.
Well,
over
the first
there.
one's about. Well, I'll jump. We'll come back to one. But Michael Tavares gave $5 on super chat. Thank you. He said, "Post a pic of the dead moth on Twitter." I don't know if we want to glorify violence on moths, but
I mean that's funny though.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just tweet it to you, Michael.
Maybe we'll capture it humanely and release it into the wild.
Capture
we'll
and
just,
release.
We'll knock it out of the sky.
I won't tell you about the millions of crickets and worms that I've fed my reptiles over the year.
Do they eat
and
moths?
Snakes and rats, or rats and mice.
But we also had a super chat from James Whitman, $5. Thank you very much. And he says,
My button's not working.
My sister is over ice. She now is paying $80 to $100 every 5 days for gas. Talk about no return on investment. She's buying a pre-owned S75 through Tesla. Yeah, it's amazing. Electric, again, depending on where you live, electricity can vary. The price of electricity can vary greatly. It can be free if you live in Texas and you have the free nice plan, or it can be like 50 cents a kilowatt hour if you're like in Hawaii or some parts of California. But typically, charging an electric car is going to be cheaper than an ICE vehicle or internal combustion engine. And before we had solar, but when we had gas cars, we were probably spending a couple $100s a month on electricity, and then several $100s a month on 3 different gas vehicles in the car, in the household. And then we eventually upgraded all Teslas, so we had only electric cars. That raised our electric bill even more, so we were spending about $300 a month, but we did not have any gasoline bill anymore, gasoline charges. But then we put in solar. Now we're saving over $400 a month by having electric cars and producing our own energy. So it's definitely a way you can save money. Again, it can be a big upfront investment, but in the long run, it will pay for itself. And our panels will be paid off probably in about 4 years. Well, we've already paid for them, but the return, break-even point will be in about 3 or 4 years. And then we're going to have free electricity for like the next 25 years.
Love it. Real quick, Jim said I was making a joke about used solar panels. I imagine someone selling them out the back of his truck. So that kind of went over my head. Oh. So you got me. And then Michael said, where do people buy used solar panels, and do you trust that? I guess that's the other thing, is would you trust it? Should you trust it? I don't really think there'd be too much of an issue because there's not much a consumer could do.
Yeah, and
it's not like you can overpower them.
Yeah, I wonder though, because I could
and
see that if some companies, such as a smaller solar installer, could buy those back or get them from, and then they could maybe offer a warranty on those. I'm sure somebody, like we were just talking about X-Care and stuff like that, somebody would be offering a warranty, but it might be the manufacturer themselves. It would take some research on that. Would the manufacturer still cover that? Because if it's got a 20, 25-year warranty, does it say anything in the fine print
about
that it only works on the first place, or they will transfer, they'll still work? Because they should still have a warranty, so unless they specifically say, sorry, if you move them, they're no longer good.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. We should look at our contract. I'll have to do that later. Tesla and much more said, can you do a whole U.S. or world tour when COVID clears up? I mean, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's like...
The U.S. tour is definitely in the books.
We're definitely playing...
The world tour, maybe.
And the U.S. tour is probably going to be broken up. We're not going to do it all in once. We did talk a few weeks back about being able to travel over like 48 to contiguous United States in like 9 days. If we take a week off, we might be able to do that one of these days. But we definitely want to hit Canada up too. And we have been to other countries, and we have met other people. Like we've been on cruise ships in, I think that was the Caribbean, where we met fans. We remember that?
Yes.
And so it's like we definitely, and you've been to China and Japan. Eric's, we meet fans in various other countries around the world, but definitely it'd be nice to start traveling again and be able to meet more of you guys.
Yeah, met a bunch of amazing people when I've been in China a couple times, and actually when we were in Japan, we had dinner with the local Tesla Owners Club, and a bunch of people came out. This one family drove, I think it was like 4 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
to come hang out and have dinner with us.
And then
it was
like,
amazing.
And then like Jay in Shanghai.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He took us all around Shanghai one day.
Yeah.
Showing us around, and it's great to meet a fellow Tesla enthusiast around the world.
Yeah. I don't really. I've never met a Tesla person in Europe yet. While I was in Europe.
Really? Well, not in Europe. We've met a ton of them at the Tesla events.
Yeah. But like, physically, I was in Europe because last time I was there, I didn't. It was for like the reptile show.
Yeah, but we've met a lot of people here in the chat. Like Mace, we met him years ago, and we've met many of these other people. But yeah, it'd be nice. You're right. I don't think we've met anybody in Europe, but we haven't been to Europe that much recently.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to be in Europe last year for the Geneva Auto Show.
Yep.
And Eric's car was going to be sent to the Geneva Auto Show, but because of how things shut down last year, we ended up bringing the car back, and we were not able to go to Europe. So that kind of really reduced our chances of meeting people there.
Yeah, kind of sad. Let's see. Retail Tuesday said people on Tesla Motors Club TMC are saying halt on Model Y production. People are signing into their accounts. Production dates are gone. Any news on this? Unfortunately, not yet. I imagine maybe we'll hear something soon, but it's probably related to the chip shortage, I would guess. But yeah, it is weird. Anytime you hear production dates pushed back or delivery dates, it makes me a little bit. Not gonna lie.
I saw Mace. He sent me the details on his solar thing
Perfect.
too. So we'll go over that and we'll talk about it and see. We can get the details, but
yeah.
Well,
we won't share anything private though, Mace. Don't worry.
But we might have questions. So
yeah, I might have some questions. I just have no idea how the process for Solar Roof works and how that kind of boils down. So we'll probably hit you up with a few things. Let's see. Where was I? Matt said, I'm still a little torn on Plaid S or Taycan 4S crossover. I mean, I'm biased. I'd go Tesla.
Yeah, again, it's just like, I know that's nice, the Taycan, but in the video we were just talking about with the Mach-E, the guy was talking about how, the Taycan pulled the next to him and it really looks nice. But again, they don't have their own charging network, and it might be a while before things work smoothly with other manufacturers on like Electrify America and these other networks, because the networks aren't all connected and you have to have a different account on each one, and it's just a pain, I think, in other cars right now to do road trips.
Yeah.
So, and with Tesla, you don't have to worry about it. For the most part, there have been times in the past, remember when Scott bought his car and there was a batch of Supercharger charge ports, or buttholes, as the Tesla Easter egg might refer to it. You have to watch earlier in the video to see that Easter egg. But basically, the charge port was too tight, and you couldn't plug in. You could plug it in at home, but you couldn't use the Supercharger when you're on a road trip. And so a lot of them had to have like little procedure done to shave them and make them slightly bigger. And so that was back in like December 2017. And we that's the only time we had a problem with, I guess, supercharging. But we knew about it beforehand. But it's nice that Tesla took care of that. But we haven't had any issues.
Somebody clip it
since then.
I need.
Okay, and for those of you who missed the beginning,
I'm crying over here.
There's a new Tesla Easter egg, and if you turn on, I think you need to turn off the autofocus or something. But it basically,
I turned it off because it was messing up, and now you keep.
Okay, but anyways, for there's a new Tesla Easter egg. We don't know exactly when it came out, but basically, if you click the button to do like a voice command, you can say "open butthole" or "open anus" or "close butthole" or "close anus," and your charge port will open or close. And I have confirmed this works for cars that have automatic charge ports. If you have an older, really old Model S from the early days, then that's not going to work for you, probably. But on the newer cars, like 2015 or so, 2014, they should work. And on.
Lol. That was hilarious. I was over here dying of laughter. Let's see. Amy said, what's Scott making for dinner? I don't know. I asked him.
He made turkey burgers this evening.
Oh, that's...
You ate dinner right before
I thought that was a snack.
No, that was dinner. You ate already.
Oh, I thought it was a snack. Well, I guess it was turkey burgers. It was good, but I thought that was a snack for...
Yeah,
okay. Okay, here we are.
Diego says that would make a good T-shirt. Darn it. See, now watch, that's going to show up tomorrow and we're not going to get credit for it.
Oh my God. I want everything you just said on a T-shirt. Is that too long? Let's see. Slew Dog said, any word on the Tesla Rivian lawsuit? I read Tesla had some serious evidence of and data theft from former employees could kill Rivian. I mean, I don't know if it's going to kill Rivian. It just doesn't look great. That's
we
for
talked
sure.
about that several months ago
Yeah.
when that came to light, and it's talking about how they were like actually, poaching employees, but also asking the employees, "Hey, you got any private files you can share with us?" And then there were like videos where they could see Tesla employees taking files and putting them on their cloud drives.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, I never did that." They're like, "No, we have it on video of you doing it." And they're like, "Oh, well, maybe just one file." But no, it's like I haven't heard anything on that recently.
I haven't heard anything either.
Litigation,
but yeah, it's still probably pending. But I mean, the fact that people, when they were questioned, were like, "No, I never did that," and then they showed them the evidence, and they're like, "Okay,
just once."
It's like, come on, like develop your own tech. That's the one issue I have with Rivian is all that. So I guess we'll have to see how it looks. John said, "Where did you get the Tesla letters in your garage? I made some, but they didn't look right." So I actually made those myself. What I did is I took a projector and projected the letters onto MDF.
This is old school. That was that 5 years ago, right? 2016?
4 years, maybe?
Maybe 2017. But yeah, so anyways, old school, he did it with a projector and projected, and then he cut them all out. And did
so
that.
I projected it onto the wood to make, so I took like the black and white Tesla letters, projected it onto MDF, sketched it out on there to make sure it was exactly how the letters should be. Then cut it out with a jigsaw and painted with like 10 coats to get it really nice and perfect.
These days though, we have like a Cricut machine, so you could actually just take those and print them out.
Well, I mean,
and then
that would be
trace over those.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Instead of using a projector and stuff like that, we could just take the logo, print it out onto the Cricut, and then cut that out. And I guess you could even do it just with paper and stuff. And
you could totally do it with paper.
Do a regular printer and then just trace over it. It might take a while, but it could be done multiple ways.
Yeah, but that was what I found to be the best. The sharp edges, like the really well done edges, that was a little tricky. I gave it a little sand, and then just a ton of coats of white paint. And then I created little 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch standoffs from the wall, so it's like little cleats. So all the letters just kind of sit there. That was just kind of what I came up with. But now, there's a million different ways you could try doing it. Let's see. Megan said demonetized due to moth. LMAO. Hopefully not. It was all a joke. We'll say that. We haven't even seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Once we start talking about it, but we still got this saved for Roger here.
Yeah. At the very end, if we don't see it, we at least have to give Roger.
We'll go out with a bang.
A bang. Let's see. Heidi said no delay here in Illinois as expected. 5:1 to 5:30. Interesting.
And I checked ours earlier today, and still no dates. One of them, I mean, I did see the text now said like expected delivery, but then there's just a dash.
Yeah. On said, do you think the $25,000 Tesla will have a 300-mile range? Probably not.
I think it'd be less, like the 240 or somewhere around there.
Or maybe like closer to 200.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
The thing is since it's going to be a smaller car, a smaller battery might allow it to go farther. So.
That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Okay, so maybe that would be interesting. Let's see. Also the wood that I used was like 3/4 inch thick MDF, so it is pretty thick wood, but it kind of gives it that nice look. I see Diego had something that was like 1/4 inch thick, so either one would work. Let's see. Peter says, live in the UK, come here and say hi. Well, welcome.
Well,
Peter.
one of these days we'll make it over there.
I know, right?
I haven't been there since 2013, I think.
Boy.
So it's been a few
Throwback.
years. Wow. Time flies.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But we're starting to look around on vacations again. I don't know if we'll be able to, we don't know if we can plan anything yet this year. Definitely we have some vacations planned.
Yeah. Diego, if we do make that shirt, you will be the first to get one. I do. I have some other funny stuff. Check out Twitter later, Diego. I have a funny picture to post as soon as this is over. Let's see. John said aluminum is what I tried to do. I wrapped them in diamond plate, but don't have a break, and it didn't look right.
Oh, for his Tesla letter?
Wow, diamond plate, though. That would actually look pretty cool.
What's diamond plate?
Diamond plate steel. It's got, like, little, like, embossed diamonds in it. It looks kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to look that up.
That would actually look pretty cool, though. I'm not going to lie.
And we do have that, like, Tesla sign that you had, like, what was that cut? How was that cut out?
It was, like, laser cut out of, I think it's 1/8 inch steel. Is the black one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. So that one's kind of cool too. I have a bunch of Tesla signs. Actually, I have another Tesla sign. I want to show them real quick. Can you answer a question or two?
Okay.
While I grab it. I was at 707 for Slew Dog.
Okay, yeah, I saw Slew Dog was talking about the Monty Python Easter egg. Yeah, that was like out like a year or so ago, but if you go in and you like, is that where you name your car like Patsy? Yeah, he's talking about Patsy. Then it'll have a giant foot come down like on the screen, and like he says, it will show up the Monty Python like YouTube channel on the Tesla Theater. So yeah, there's a lot of cool Easter eggs, but I haven't seen any recently. So when we heard about this one with the charge port, I had to test that out for myself, and I confirmed it worked, and that's when I started trying other words, and some words worked, some words didn't. But if you find anything else that is cool like that, some Easter egg, let us know. So we'll see. And I have no idea what Eric went to get or what Tesla sign he's talking about. But basically, he in our most recent video when he showed the garage, he was showing the new lights, and I think he panned to one, and you can see we have like the black Tesla logo. Well, it's like cut out, like he said, laser from this piece of metal, and he has it hanging above the garage, or at the top there. So, okay, and here Eric is coming back.
Have I shown this off?
I think you might have had it in one video long ago, but I'm sure very few people remember it.
Okay.
Diego might have seen it, but...
Here we are. Okay. New Tesla sign.
Change the angle. Oh, yeah, we should hang that up in the garage.
Oh, yeah, it's going.
Oh, yeah.
It's going.
Because, like, when Kevin brought his car by...
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, read it for those who
Cool, dope
can't
sign.
necessarily see it. It says
Says
Tesla,
approved body shop.
And this is an actual Tesla approved body shop sign. So,
oh, wow, you can literally see my background in one of my monitors. That's funny.
So you come back and you can see how big your monitor is, maybe. Yeah, it's too blurry. But basically, this is a real sign that I guess Tesla approved body shops hang up in their approved body shops.
Yeah. We have a lot of Tesla signs and stuff, so we need to get on it. Let's see. Chris said, I'm glad a plaid Model S was spotted with the yoke steering wheel without the rough cut at the bottom. Yeah, so that actually is more indicative that the yoke will be coming, because, yeah, that's the first yoke I have seen that has a complete bottom assembly and wasn't like a regular wheel just cut off. Yeah, that was a good notice there.
See, Opzar is saying, what happened to the Tesla approved body shop that had that sign? Good question. I don't know, but they don't have it anymore. But no, this was...
That's a good point.
We didn't steal it or anything. It was offered for sale, so they must no longer be a Tesla-approved body shop, I would guess.
Yeah, that's a good question. Or maybe they got a different... I don't know.
Maybe they got a better sign.
Maybe they got a... Oh, okay, now I'm jelly. Let's see. OP Cars said, nice tan or haircut.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really spend much in the sun.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe you can just see...
But I did get a haircut. David gave me one.
That was like a week ago. And Per...
I have some grays, though.
Per says, our asses are cold. Yeah, that's another Easter egg or whatever where you can turn on the seat heaters that way. So not
Well, that's a
everybody
fun one, too.
knows about that.
You
But
bet.
yeah, there's so many different ways of doing things.
Yeah. OP Cars said Tesla unapproved body shops are more profitable. I should put in front of that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good idea, actually.
Unapproved. Yeah, you
That's a
could,
really
because,
good idea.
Like, oh yeah, we could print out some...
That's a good idea. Thank you for
Layden
that.
likes it.
Yeah,
She's
Layden's licking it
for
all
some
on.
reason. But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that would be funny. We got to do that.
We'll do that.
Put it up in the garage. You could put it like that way, and then come up and slap the on it. So
I like it.
We could figure out what font that is and just put it out on the.
That's a really good idea,
like that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Grant said you both look tan and freshly haircutted.
We got the haircuts last week,
Yeah.
but we have been doing a lot. It's been like nice weather lately, and I've been doing like 3 walks a day with the dogs. And we got a nice little hike out, so get some sun, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Diego said, "Hey guys, dumb question. You guys showed the Tesla red paint. Is there a special Tesla gray color? Would any work? I have it somewhere. Let me find it.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I'll look for it real quick and see if I can't find it. But I'll try to grab it by at least.
If
next
not, we
live
should
stream.
write that down, and get that for next time. And John just sent another super chat.
Yo, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate that. On said, where is the FSD button?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
To be honest, I never thought there was going to
Yeah, I
be one.
know.
The beta. He's talking about the FSD beta button, which
Yep.
Elon had mentioned back in March saying that it was coming, and he was going to expand the FSC beta program for like another 1,000 people, and they would add a button. So since everybody was emailing their service center or doing tickets saying, please give me full self-driving beta because we're interested in it, because Elon had said, yeah, let us know if you want it. And so everybody tried doing that, and then they were like, wait, you're overwhelming, the system, so just we're going to come out with a button. It didn't happen, and I'm not surprised, because you don't want to give a button like that to everybody, because then a lot of people would do it that really didn't know what they were signing up for. And so I think they should be vetting the people that they're sending it to, or at least make sure they've got experience, maybe multiple Teslas or years of Tesla ownership, multiple Teslas, superchargers in their basement, stuff like that. These are the people that should be receiving the full driving. And John Check too, of course. So.
Of course. And why haven't we gotten it?
I don't know.
Just been waiting here patiently. Not really, but patiently. Let's see. Melody said, hello, so excited to hear you have a cricket machine. I'm behind watching.
Okay, cricket. Because I've been talking about the cricket, but then you were talking about crickets. Yeah, I was like, we print out crickets for the reptile. That'd be nice if we could. But
we have a little vinyl cutter that actually was Scott's. I kind of just
I think it's a cricket, or is it a Cameo? It might be a Cameo, but they're basically do the same thing.
It's a Cameo.
Okay, sorry, I called it cricket because I know Scott's aunt is really into arts and crafts and stuff, and she's got a cricket. We have a Cameo, but same idea. But basically allows you to kind of like print, and it will cut into like vinyl wraps or all kinds of materials, and then it's very handy for crafts.
It is really nice, I'm not gonna lie, but it's helped us to kind of like play around with some stuff. That's how I make like the Derek logos for the car and all that stuff. Let's see. Michael said, make a video with your dogs just licking their paws on YouTube. There's actually a big demand for those types of videos.
We've thought about that. We see a lot of videos like that on like TikTok and stuff.
We're going to have this YouTube channel. We're going to have more Derek, that's house projects. We're going to have the Derek reptiles, and now we're going to have Derek dogs. Wow. We got some work to do, David?
Yeah. I'm busy. To quit my regular job. And just
we're going to end up being like Cypher PK, which any of you gamers out there would know. He has like 5 YouTube channels. It's hilarious. Let's see.
I see a couple of people are talking about the 93-mile Model 3 that we talked about earlier in Canada. So
yeah,
it's like a battery locked one that they've finally put on their website, brings the price down and lets people take advantage of some tax incentives there in Canada. It's a lot shorter range, with only 93 miles or 150 kilometers. But since it's software locked, you can pay to add more range to that eventually.
Yep. Let's see here. So a couple people asking about the paint colors. I found some things, and I believe this is it. I tried to look at some other stuff, and I couldn't find it. But I think this is the actual list. Let me pull that up here. And this is like the actual like RGB color. So keep that in mind. You'd have to kind of play around with it.
I think did Mace is talking about it. I thought he put the link, but maybe I don't see it. Did you?
YouTube automatically blocks the links.
It. Okay, because he was saying, but I'm trying to find it, but I don't see it. So is that the codes? You found them somewhere?
I think this is it.
They look really close if that's not them.
Mace, are you on Twitter? Can you just like tweet it to me and I can pull it up? That'd be great. Sorry, YouTube doesn't allow people to put links because, yeah, people can do some bad things with that. But that should be it right here. At least it's got like the hex number. So that's what I have.
So, okay.
But yeah.
I see Ty Ferron says, Bolt owner here looking at a Model Y. Should I get it now with the 2020 updates or wait? I'd say, if you're ready to buy and you like what you see, I would say go ahead and get it now. We don't know of any big Model Y updates, but you never really know until they hit.
Exactly.
And so, but people keep asking about the air suspension. There's no hint that it's coming anytime soon, if ever. And they did recently come out with a lot of updates for the Model Y, they brought back the dimming mirrors. Within the past few months, they've added some things that we didn't have on our Model Y, and so I'd say that's probably a good time to buy. But again, if that federal tax credit is coming out and you're not in any rush, you might wait a few months until that tax credit is confirmed, because you wouldn't want to buy it, find out it's not retroactive, and then kick yourself for missing out on that.
Yeah.
So if you're not in any rush, I don't know, think it over.
Exactly. Andrew Stillin said, according to Elon, the button will be coming with V9 later this month, not including the conversion to Elon time. True. That always takes some time. And then On was asking about recommendations for shops that will install coilovers. I'm not sure if Colorado Detail is still doing it, but I would reach out to them. I think at one time they were starting to, and then I don't know if they've continued. But maybe try Colorado Detail. That'd be my best bet. And then let's see, another EQS question from Mercedes. Maybe we should just pull this up and we can give first reaction.
You should contact them, see if they can get us invited for a test drive.
I don't know if Mercedes would like us.
They invite other people.
Yeah. For some reason, I feel like I'm blacklisted from everybody. It's kind of weird. So it's the Mercedes, what is it? The EQC? EQS.
EQS, yeah. And see, and Michael's bringing out with these higher prices on the S and X, or on the S. It's crazy they're not bringing back the sunroof. And yeah, that's one thing I will really miss, because I just used that when I drove to my mom's yesterday, because it's like a nice 60-something degrees and don't need AC on, and just nice to get some fresh air. I want to miss my panoramic sunroof if I ever upgrade.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. So here is the Vision EQS. I've seen like the look of this before, and we've seen some interior stuff like this.
Ooh, that's not the real one that's coming out.
This is the Vision EQS.
But that's not the one with the hyper screen and stuff, is it? That they're really going to sell, because that doesn't look like what I've seen. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of.
Is this the right one?
Or maybe this EQS, and I'm thinking of a different model, but that's not the one I've been thinking of.
I think this is the right one. That's not it.
No, that's not it. That's
not
like their
it.
prototype or something that they were talking about.
Okay, I'm looking.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's like
hybrid and electric. So what is it?
I don't know.
Diego said that's not it.
Yeah,
is it the Mercedes EQ? Yeah, I saw MKHBA did a video. Okay, I can't.
We'll have to
find it.
research that for.
We'll
next
have to
time.
research it. Weird.
Yeah.
Let me see. He said he sent it to my Twitter. The paint codes. Message request. Got it. Sent a photo. Love it. Thank you. Power walls look great, by the way.
Is that Mace or is that?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Nice signature power wall.
Oh, this is the one from Benjamin. Oh, I did have this one somewhere, but I don't remember where. But yeah, this is the one from Benjamin Moore. That's actually where I got mine. Let me drag it here.
Did you already have it? Because it's saying
yeah, it's saying I already had it on there.
Yeah, you just couldn't find the icon. He's got all these icons on his desktop.
I got a lot.
And it's like, oh, you already had this. So yeah, we did have it.
Skip. Okay. I must have already had it. That's funny. I don't know where it is, but it says it's there. Huh. Cool. Maybe I can just like save it as. Let me save it as something else, because I'm not seeing it.
Ooh, Matt just sent a $5 Supercharger, and he said that EQS charges to 80% at 200 kilowatts the whole way. Has the lowest production drag coefficient. Wow. Maybe that's why we're not seeing the Model S out. Is maybe they're like, oh, we gotta speed things up a little bit.
I need to do some research on this Mercedes. This sounds actually kind of cool.
So, yeah,
I heard a lot of people say it had really good interior and everything. But here's those paint codes. Here you go. So this is from Benjamin Moore, and this is their. I'm trying to make it as big as you can to see it. But so you have neon red, bunny gray, thundercloud gray.
Are those the actual names they use there?
Wrought iron, trout gray, and deep silver. Yeah, and then under here you have their actual numbers, and that's what you'd give it Benjamin Moore to get it. So like the 2124-20 for trout gray and stuff like that. So screenshot it real quick if that is something that you want. Thank you again, though, Mace. Really appreciate that. Let's see, where was I?
I'm still looking for that moth.
I know, right?
Might have to call it though in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we give up.
Michael said, I wonder if I'll get my Cybertruck before my PS5, LOL. I almost bought a PS5, and then I was like, I don't really even use the PS4 enough.
Yeah, we gotta.
I mainly just game on my PCs because these things are like extremely overbuilt, so that's what I do on there. Let's see. Shame said, let's not get too excited until we test it. Hashtag Tesla killer.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah. Pablo said we should watch the MKBHD video on stream.
Yeah,
and
but
that is
then
how you get copyright
Yeah,
strike.
demonetized and all that stuff. So
And I don't really want to get kicked off of YouTube.
Maybe
But,
we
I mean, we'll definitely watch it after the live
maybe
stream.
we should see if we can ever chat with him, because we've met him at
Yeah,
multiple events.
multiple
We
events.
chat with him at the events, but
Yeah.
it's been a while since they haven't had a Tesla event in a year or so.
Yeah. Let's see. Leon said my Model S microphone button stopped working. Do you know how to replace it? Is it the microphone button or is it the actual microphone? Or
It sounds like the button. I've heard some other people saying that.
So it's
but
the steering wheel button?
Yeah.
So that actually should be pretty easy, in quotes. What you'll have to do is turn off and power off the car. Get the button from Tesla. It should just be on their parts
Can you
catalog.
order it individually, the button?
I believe so. Let me pull this up. One moment, please. And you should be able to just get the button, hopefully. Ooh, maybe not. You might have to get a whole new steering wheel now that I think
That would
about
be
it.
too expensive if you have to get the whole. That's crazy. There's got to be a.
Yeah,
an
let me sign
alternate.
in real quick. I just need to make sure I'm not doxing myself. Hold on. Passcode. Are there any questions you want to take while
Oh,
I
it's just so
find this EPC thing?
Abzar was saying Twitch people do live reacts of YouTube videos all the time, so we could probably do a Twitch video of MKBHD's video.
Well, so here's the
but-
thing: is technically that YouTuber whose video they were playing could technically copyright strike them on Twitch. It's kind of a bummer how things have been going, but it is.
But you don't make any money on Twitch anyway, so we.
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
be- No, you don't.
Well, maybe I do.
When was the last time you did Twitching?
It's been a long time, but I don't have an exclusive with anybody, so yeah. Let's see. I'm looking for it here. Let me just make sure my
Somebody.
doxing myself. What?
Traquan Faulkner said they heard the button is paired to the car, so that reminds me of your.
Yeah.
Your center console
maybe it
fiasco.
is. Ugh.
If that's the case, then you wouldn't be able to do it yourself, because I know that since that
Yeah.
video, Tesla's kind of locked down and they're not doing.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
guess if that's the case, you might be better off to see what Tesla could do, because that's kind of a pain in the butt. And I guess to reiterate it again, we've talked about it a little bit. I was waiting for the heated steering wheel for Model Y so I could retrofit it, and I got one, but unfortunately it wasn't the heated one, and so I was able to exchange it for the heated one. Unfortunately, though, when I went to go exchange it, I was told that Tesla is no longer able to provision things such as a center console, a heated steering wheel, the
They're not
speaker,
allowed. It's
any
not-
of that
yeah.
until an official retrofit kit comes from HQ. When a retrofit kit would ever come, I have no idea. So I actually just returned the steering wheel and didn't bother trying to get a heated one, because I could install it, but it's not going to do anything unless it's provisioned. I won't be able to access the heated functionality or any of that because it's not plug and play.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a bummer, but I think I did hear correctly. The new heated steering wheel for Model Y is like north of $1,000. I think
That's a
it's
lot
like
more than-
$1,100.
That's like almost twice what you paid for the other
Exactly.
one. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if it's really worth $1,100.
No, you got that one that you bought on Amazon for like $20. It's not
True.
the same, but it's a lot cheaper.
But I can throw that on there when I want it, and it's easier otherwise. So keep that in mind too. But yeah, don't be careful with how you do things. Yes, you can do the center console without having to have Tesla do anything. Just be careful taking apart the trim on the console, because you can break clips and then pieces won't sit down all the way. But as far as this heated steering wheel, I don't see that coming anytime soon. Yep.
Kind of like with the pedestrian warning system. Where,
Exactly.
You used to be able to add that yourself and have Tesla turn it on, but I think they got too many requests from people trying to do it themselves, and so they've no. So
Yeah.
hopefully one of these days they'll have official retrofit or upgrade kits.
It is kind of a bummer, though, that they're kind of locking it out like that. Grant said, night, guys. See you next week. Good night, Grant. Thank you for hanging out. Let's see. Matthew said, hey, guys, new to watching your channel. You guys prepared me to take delivery of my Model 3 in a couple weeks. Keep on making the fun Tesla content. Awesome. Thank you. And congratulations on your Model 3. That'll be super exciting. Let's see. Tracy said, what is the best product to use on the black rocker panel trim? I was actually just talking to Kevin about this yesterday for like the black trim around the wheel wells and everything. And I couldn't find the product that I had used. I need to dig around and see because I don't quite remember what it was. I tried a bunch out. I need to figure out exactly what it was. I will work on that. Michael said good night. Nice live stream.
Yeah.
See you next week. Yep. Appreciate you hanging out. Let's see. Amy said you need a t-shirt that says Moth Hunter.
Yeah. We keep talking about
That
shirts.
also says, what did Diego say?
Open butthole.
Open butthole.
That's a different shirt, I think.
Can we combine it? On the back be one thing, on the front be the other? That'd be funny. Melody said, if you order a Cybertruck now, when do you think you would get it? Probably going to be a while because I think they have a ton of reservations.
They have so many orders that if they do start delivering this year, it's going to be very few. And they have hundreds of thousands of pre-orders. So I think that you were going to be towards the end of the line probably. So it wouldn't be till sometime next year.
Yeah.
The nice thing though is it still is it $100 or $1,000 that you have to put down?
I think it's only $100.
Okay, so I mean you could put it in and you'd only be at $100, but at least get your name.
I hope it's only $100. Otherwise, that means I put down a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, but put in your order now and you'll be in the queue and
I'm curious what like the first one, like the first private one for sale, what it's gonna run.
Yeah, because they're gonna try to put it up for sale.
They're gonna probably try selling it for $1 million. Watch, I can almost call that. Let's see. Yeah, Jim, you can reach out to other YouTubers and ask for permission to use clips on your channel. MKBHD, his channel's big enough where I don't know how quick you could get a response. Because I imagine they get hundreds, if not thousands, of emails a week about people wanting product videos and stuff.
Melody Lane said, it's $100 refundable. So,
oh, thank God.
But the thing is, in the past, it used to be like it was like more expensive if it was refundable, and if it was $100, it wasn't. So I don't know if it's refundable.
It does say fully refundable.
So on the Cybertruck, it is since it's probably
because it's not technically available.
They're not selling it yet. Whereas with like S and X and all these others, they're all available supposedly.
Yep.
Immediately.
Robert said, "Are you going to buy a Model 2 when it comes out?" Planning on it.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm interested to see how big or small, I should say, it will be. Be kind of fun. Michael said, "Did they lower the speed limit on the Model 3 all-wheel drive?"
I don't think so. Isn't it still is it 150 or something or one?
What is it? The all-wheel drive? Yeah, I thought it was like 150. Let me click
for
order
the max
now.
speed limit. Yeah.
Or 145. It was 145 for 150 before, so maybe by 5 miles an hour. But to be honest, how many times are you going that fast, Michael?
We haven't gone that fast too often. I can't remember ever going that fast. Well, there was that one time, but it wasn't us driving. And it wasn't that fast. We don't think we only got to like 129 or so, somewhere around there.
Colorado State Patrol, if you're watching, hi.
But we weren't driving. It was somebody else.
Click that like and subscribe button.
We were unknowingly being taken for a ride.
Yeah.
We did not know.
True story here.
We did not know he was going to accelerate that quickly, but it was one of the very first Model 3s delivered back in like was it end of 2017 or early 2018?
Yeah.
And one of the first ones in Colorado, and somebody took us for a ride, and we did not realize he was going to accelerate that quickly. But I think that's the fastest I've ever been in any vehicle.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You might have been faster on that because you go into racetracks.
Well, yeah, I've definitely done faster, but that
but I was surprised by that.
I was very surprised. We hit triple digits quick.
But it just like that. It was,
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Diego said he sent me pics of the EQC, so let's go check it out. Or EQS. I don't know why he keeps saying EQC. Is there an EQC? Or am I just crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Let's see. What else have we got going on? Tracy said, do you think during Tesla's earnings call there'll be an EPS?
Earnings per share?
Probably
EPS
not.
correction. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Will they correct any of the numbers that they've already released? Because that's why I was surprised that they put out the numbers earlier, early after the quarter. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess we'll find out.
Hopefully not. Or hopefully if they do, it's for the better. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Diego, for sending that. We'll be sure to check that out. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I'll just watch MKBHD's video. Let's see. James said my neighbor traded his Audi RS5 for a Tesla Model 3 Performance 2 years ago and is still satisfied with the purchase. Congrats, it's wicked. Yeah, I mean, after driving a Tesla, ICE cars, just not a fan of them. Unless you get into like LaFerrari status or like Bugatti status. Those are a little different. But 99.99% of people will never even see one of those, let alone be in one. So, different playing field altogether. Let's see. Matt said they have changed tires with different ratings, potentially, for the speed. Because different tires have different speed ratings, so maybe they changed that on the all-wheel drive. Not a bad idea. Charles said, I'm not sure if we should get a Y or an X. My family only wants SUVs.
Depends on how what your range is, and also how many people you need to sit, I guess. I mean, we've owned one X and two Ys, and I think the Y is more efficient. It's got currently newer stuff, but the new X is supposed to be coming out, and we're still waiting to see what else will be coming with the refreshed X that's was announced kind of in January. We've seen a few more pictures on the S, but we haven't really seen anything on the 6-seater Model X, and so we don't know. But again, it depends on your price range and how many people. If you need 7, well, I don't know. You have the 7-seater Y now, but it's going to be really tight. The 7-seater X is still tight, but you're going to have more room than on the Y.
I would say, how many people are in the family? And how often are you all in the car at the time? Because like if there's like 6 people in the family, definitely X, hands down. Even room with 7.
Yeah. Or also for towing, if you need to tow more, the X can tow I think twice as much, or at least it can hold like 5,000 pounds. I think, where the Y can't tow that much.
Yeah, so I think it's like 3,500 maybe.
Yeah, so it's not quite twice, but again, the X though is going to take more energy. So especially on highway trips and stuff, or if you are towing, it's going to use more energy. So you're going to take more to charge that. But the Y is a great all-around car. It's probably the best one overall. Just more room than the 3, higher seating positions and stuff like that. I still prefer the S, but the Y is still pretty good.
I think the Y is the best overall, all-around Tesla, probably.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, we've been live for like 2 hours and 11 minutes now, so we're probably going to go and call it there.
Woohoo!
Roger, that was for you. I didn't get a chance to close my ears, so now they are ringing. So that's cool. I got ringing ears now.
I think I hit the moth. We're going to have to go through the confetti here and see.
Oh my God, don't say that.
No, I don't know if we did or not. I didn't see the moth. But,
my God, that's funny.
I'm still looking.
Anyway, though, we'll be back next week. Have 1, maybe 2 videos for the week. We'll see how that rolls out. But as always, huge thanks to our channel sponsors, Abstract Ocean, for helping support the stream and everything. If you haven't checked them out already, please do. All linked down below. And using code Tesla Inventory will get you 15% off of your first purchase. Besides that, I think we're done. Happy Sunday. Happy start of the week tomorrow for everybody. And we will see you all next week. Bye.